government stores there, but there are a lot of...
Old City Square has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it.
We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this wave just comes up.
Making this robot, but it's controlled by living brain cells much like those inside your head. Researchers...
This moth isn't just swinging around, it's been bugged.
Grow collections around 3,000 brain cells in the lab. The cells grow collections with each other and start communicating
using electrodes implanted into the muscles.
Some are hard to found out predictably. Signals from robots ultrasound distance sensor.
Here, signals are sent to its left flight muscle to make it lift that wing.
The output from these cells can be used to control
different signals can be sent for it to lower its wing, to lift both wings at once, or to make them flat.
They each have a motor in them, and it actually drives forward when I walk. It actually powers that knee through the step.
Powered through Bluetooth technology.
Increasing the frequency of the pulse makes the wings beat faster. If a signal is sent only to one side while the moth is flying, it will veer in that direction. Implanted electrodes into the brains of tree beetles,
and they
close to
talk to
neurons
each other
that
and try to
control
mimic
flight.
the stride length.
A computer
that the
program
other
in the
one's doing. If I
device
speed
controls
up,
the
the other one
beetle,
can realize
and
it's
here
doing it,
it
and
beats
it'll
its
speed up
wings
as well.
and takes off when a negative voltage is sent to its brain. Researchers are putting moths in control and using them as a pair of eyes. They've found out how to intercept signals from their visual system and how to use them to make a robot move. Here, a graduate student demonstrates how the robot can be steered. Combining living and machine components could eventually make robotic systems more effective.
Legs when an IED hit his convoy in Fallujah, Iraq in 2006.
The IED went off directly underneath me and took off basically everything that was hanging over the ledge of the seat, my legs. And then it killed my sergeant in front of me and my good friend next to me. My gunner lost his right leg. I shattered my hip. I have 32 pins in my hip. I broke my pelvis, so I have a 6-inch screw holding that together. I lost both legs above the knee. I broke 4 fingers, broke my jaw, broke my nose, lacerated kidney. So I recovered well, I think, and great care here and done well.
Today, I use the Bluetooth prosthetics.
It's a lot of hip control. In my other legs, I usually have to use all my thigh to power through things, but since these are moving on their own, then I actually just kind of have to lift and shift my weight a little bit.
He says they're a bit heavier than the other 2 microchip prosthetics he's worn, but they require much less effort to operate.
If they're not programmed right, they kind of do their own thing sometimes, and they'll kick for no reason. Like you'll just be standing there and be like, and just kick off to the side.
To master the stairs just yet.
Sometimes when you go near a computer or something, you'll hear the computer start freezing, so it does do that a lot. And I'll be like, I'm sorry, and I have to turn my legs off.
In communicating robot wirelessly, the team plans to use the robot brain power, new pattern behavior in the future. They hope there are enough similarities to teach about unknown aspects of our own brain.
Did you seriously think you could somehow change the world from here?
Yeah, sort of at first.
And? How do you feel about it now?
I'm not blazing with satisfaction or anything. But the truth is, it all ended for me the instant I shared my memories with you. At that point, when my work was done, I figured that you'd probably be able to run with it from there.
You're a hell of a liar, kid. I clearly recall you didn't want me involved.
I'm sorry, but the minute you share and synchronize all your information, you lose your uniqueness and become absorbed into the unconscious maliciousness of a third party that has no motive, or perhaps into the will of someone who does have one.
Are those your words based on what you've gained from hard-earned experience?
Yes, and the fact is, you yourself played the role of the laughing man copycat as well.
Well, I have to admit, it was a fascinating
the first place? To you, everything that's happening in the world appears phony, to be something other than what it is, right?
Is that TV sound, Jim?
Yes. When it comes to cyberization, I'm pretty much the shining example of a poster boy. So you'd think at the very least I would have felt terrified at the thought of contracting cyberbrain sclerosis. I'll tell you, it was a simple piece of mail I stumbled across the net that began this whole thing. What I found was a blackmail document that had probably been sent to Serrano Genomics. It was armed with a thesis that was a comparative study of the inadequacy of Serrano micromachines versus the effectiveness of the mRNA vaccine.
Then the original lagging pad was the person who offered it.
You could put it like that, I suppose. I am the machine that reveals the world to you as only I alone am able to see it.
Zita Bertov. He was a Russian filmmaker, wasn't he?
Yes. I was kidding myself by thinking it was my personal mission to prove and circulate that information, vital data I alone could happen upon.
Failing spectacularly. The pure innocent mediator proved dejected at the base nature of the social system and he turned abused.
Yes. It was because of that I became a vanishing mediator. Just like an author whose existence is emphasized by the fact that he rarely puts out any new works of publication. In other words, by disappearing, it acts as a the catalyst of the social system. Per sociological theory, it ultimately vanishes, leaving no trace of its presence inside or outside the system.
Frederick Jameson, I believe.
Yes. And no. Masashi Osawa, too. Even though I was familiar with the words, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Who knew that copies could still be produced despite the absence of an original? If you had to give a name to this phenomenon, what would you label it?
It would be standalone complex.
Yes, it's the standalone complex. From the start, the very nature of our current social system has contained mechanisms to trigger such an amazing occurrence. Personally, however, I feel this marks the beginning of a new era of despair. What's your opinion?
I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. Although I have found one thing capable of restoring your individuality after all your information has been synchronized.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Everyday human curiosity.
You're right. You know, that's something that never occurred to me. I think my brain has already started to harden.
Hello, all of you out there in the YouTube's lands. Here is another stream snipe, and we're doing it on a flat earther, which is kind of weird because we normally do it about people that are known. And this is somebody that I don't think any of the other content creators have found. I may be finding a gem in the rough. We will see if we're actually there. So let's get the thingy-mabobber started, which is our disclaimer.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Exactly. So let's do our dumb intro, and then we will bring in the guests, and we will look at the side of my chats. If you want to join us, let us know, and we'll bring you in.
You're stupid.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second. Are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. You're stupid. All right. So let's bring in our guests, and then we will get to the side of my chats, and then we'll get into the idiocracy of what we have going on here, and let's bring in our co-host, and that is our.
Some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Hi.
There's.
All right, I just put some nuts in my mouth, so
I kind of finger that you just shoved something down your throat. Anyways, I'm getting past that. No, I'm just kidding. Let's bring in our next guest, and of course, that is everybody's Blowbird.
Mama! Oh, Mama!
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Glad to hear. Thank you for being here. We have some. This is a new person that none of us have ever seen before, to the best of my knowledge. There's no other content creator that is used their content, or I don't think that anybody has seen this person because it is in a non-usual spot for this content. They do a lot of interviews between people of all walks of life, and we're going to talk about them in a second. But I'm glad that you're here to experience this with us, Mama. And if there's anybody else who wants to join us here on the panel, please let us know, and we will bring you. Because, Mom, you're going to have a lot of fun with this.
It's always nice to see baby flurfs, new flurfs come on the scene,
And Slim,
exactly.
I kind of want to say, like, I kind of feel like you need at least to take a shot, at least one.
Okay, well, give me a second, and let us get through the.
Of course, did
you just buy those?
I just ordered 2 of those shirts.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
I really like them, and like, hey, what's payday?
Well, there you go.
So here we blow. Hold on. Okay. This stuff is so good. Like I'm not gonna promote them, but this kink vodka is really awesome. So cheers, bro. Salute, Solange, skull, all of the above.
Yeah.
Bad vodka, even though
bad vodka,
it is sweet.
You said it. Is it like sickly sweet, or is it just too sweet?
It is. It's like pink lemonade.
Okay.
So it has the tart sweetness, right?
Okay.
And that's what it is. It's the like pink lemonade's sweetie tartness almost.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm not joining today because I started work again, and getting up at 6 o'clock was kind of getting used to again.
Exactly. So no worries about that. It's okay. I will do all the shots for monies. And if you buy something in my ad for merch, I will definitely do a shot if you let me know that you bought something in my merch. Hello, Sydney. Hey, Hooves. I am not getting used to that avatar. Please change it as soon as possible. Anyways, hey, Charles.
You get banned.
And we have a demon.
Hi, demon.
A demon.
And if there's anybody else, just let us know if you're here.
Charles Arnold is in here.
Yep, Charles Arnold.
And if you're lurking, welcome.
Yeah, exactly. We would like you to say hello, but if you want to lurk, that's fine. We don't judge. Yep. Hooves, if you want to join, just let us know, because it looks like you said you just got home. You didn't drink. Oh, never mind. That's Charles. You just got home. You made it through an amazing day. Amazingly, you drank too much last night. I know how that goes. Definitely. So hopefully this helps you not be as nauseated, even though I think it's going to do the opposite. You're probably going to get more nauseated for listening to the idiocracy of this person, I'm going to say.
My daughter was... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, when you're talking about drinking too much, my daughter texts me on Sunday morning and says, I drank too much last night. Her friend had her bachelorette party up in Reno. So they went to Reno for the weekend. And I was half tempted to text her and go, did you feel like you were going to die? Because one time she got drunk, we went to go pick her up. She's like, am I going to die? I feel like I'm going to die. But I held off. I was nice. I was a nice mom.
Okay. Yeah. If you go to a bachelorette party and
Mhm.
or a bachelor party and
Yeah.
you wake up not hungover, you didn't actually go to
Yep.
one. Because that's literally like the whole point
Well,
of it.
I
to
can,
some
I can have
extent.
fun without getting drunk.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the last time I went to a bachelor party. We actually went to high school with, this was a gazillion years ago, but we went to high school with all the strippers, and they were, but it was just funny. We knew them, and so
Yeah.
like we got to do a lot more with them than normal
Mhm.
because it was just like our home, like people we grew up with, and they're like, yeah, let's all like do weird stuff, and it's like,
Yep.
cool. But yeah, exactly. That's what those things are for.
Oh yeah, super chat.
Awesome, sweet. Give us a second, and I will read that. What I was going to say about this person is, this is what it was like to grow up on the beaches of San Diego and
Mhm.
and listening to all the weird conspiracy theories. This is exactly what it was like.
Okay.
Dude. So, anyways, let me bring this up, and thank you, Brainless, for putting that up. Pray for widows. He's not sick. He's just a ginger and has no soul except for he's taken. Drink
Those
up,
he's
swallow
taken,
more
yep.
than a sword. Because he's taken what? What is he? Except those he's
Is
taken.
he take? Is he a soul collector? Is that what he's supposed to be?
Yeah, that's what you're getting at. Hooves,
Gotcha.
correct? I believe it. Yeah. Okay. We get
Mhm.
the things. I only let him suck my soul every once in a while, but he doesn't get to take the whole thing. But he does suck my soul. We'll talk
Well, that
about
explains
that
the
later.
freckles. Each
Wait, you
freckle
call
is a
that your
soul that
soul?
they took,
You
right?
call that your soul, Slim?
He definitely gets to leech off my soul. Let's put it that way. So I'm gonna do a shot for the $5 for that. My merchandise thing is there, and also below. Also below is links to my merch. So it's like the t-shirts and the things and the stuffs and the mabobbers. So go down there and look at that.
Check them out.
Yeah, it's on the page. It's on my page now. They always let me
I
put
just
that.
see a
and
little
I have
shop symbol on there now.
Yeah, I have to go in and have to remember to put merch there, but every time. But I do it. So, anyways, cheers, bro, salute, blah blah blah, yakety schmackety. Yeah, I like that one way better there, Hooves. It's Darth Vader without his helmet
Darth
on.
Fester.
Fester, yeah.
Oh, that's way better. Oh my Jeebus, that's great. Oh, that's what we need to start doing is we need to start. I tried it with Michael Beavis Jackson Christ, and it did not like those combinations of words.
Really?
What we need to start doing, yeah, no, it
Okay.
hated that I put all those words together.
Mhm.
I need to make a dumbed down version of it.
Okay.
Because it made like almost like it made a weird Frankenstein version of Michael Jackson, but it made it too weird and it didn't look
Okay.
enough like Beavis, and like it was just so. Anyways, I got a finger, but that's what we should do is we should start mixing. Yeah, I'm on it. I got an idea.
Okay.
Now let's blow on to this idiocracy. Again, if anybody wants to join us as a guest on the panel, just let us know and we'll send you one. Or Brainless might put that in the side chat for the heck of
Put it
it.
in the side of my chat.
One thing I want to do before we get onto this idiocracy is, Brainless, can you find Cookie McSweet Tits YouTube channel?
Yeah, probably.
Will you post that in the side chat as well?
Where is the
Okay, we'll send you one in a second, Hooves. If we get 100 subscribers for Cookie, she is going to come out of retirement and she will start streaming way more often.
Sweet.
I want is if she can get 100 subs.
Oh, my sweet.
I think that can get us a boosting to begin. If she starts streaming again on her channel, I think we can probably get her 1,000 pretty fast. So let's just start bumping her.
So
Yeah. So let's start bumping her up, and then once we get her bumped up nice, I can start streaming through her.
She loves being
as
bumped,
her.
you know?
Exactly, she does, especially from the large semen down at the
Mhm.
docks. Anyways, and then we'll go from there. Hick is gonna start his channel very soon as well. I'm just working on getting a couple more things together to develop his channel, and then we'll start. I think they should have their own channels, right? Everybody, tell me in the side chat if you think I should just do it through this channel, or should they all have their own channels? I feel like they should have their own channels. If I'm gonna come up with characters, they might as well. And you know what's getting me even funnier? I've had this channel since 2012 or something, and I only have 555 subs. I bet that Cookie McSweet Tits and Big Dickerson are gonna blow me out of the water, and they're gonna get 1,000 subs like almost instantly.
It's amazing how quickly some channels can get subs.
And yeah,
You know?
and I believe with those characters,
even if they got no viewers, and
yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, and even with those characters, I think that we're going to be able to convince people that, like, why would that not blow up? And if Cookie did a handful of shorts every day, like a fake makeup tip, or like,
Cookie and makeup tips. Oh yes.
Or something,
That'd
or
be
like,
so
oh my God,
awesome.
did you hear what they said today, or something? You know, like just a
like the
short little
gossip of the
clips.
day or something.
Sure. Yeah. And then Hick can say some weird the conspiracy of the day or something, and then again, it's just going to get a bunch of clicks, even though it's fake, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it's the conspiracy people that are going to click on it thinking it's real, and then it's going to be fucking fake. You know, it's just going to be something stupid I just made up about some bullshit or something. There we go. There's our hooves. I didn't grab something for you yet, but yeah, we'll just bring you on because I want to get into this. How are you doing, Hooves?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Hey, Hooves.
Yeah. So let's do this flat Earth dumbasses. I love this stupidity.
So Hooves, you're going to understand this kind of person with me because this is like a Californian surfer kind of like one of those weird guys that you meet on the beach that has those outlandish views about.
Whoa. You could not be a surfer and believe in fucking flat Earth. I mean, how?
No, well, I know, brother.
It's a different time now. It's a different time now.
I know, but the way this guy talks, he talks like a beach conspiracy theorist, and you'll see what I mean as soon as we start watching. So here we blow. Let's just go ahead.
After we get to this part, after we get through this guy, I got to tell you about someone that I've been following. Do you remember back on TikTok, he got huge for doing the bowl cut? And he like totally talked like you take the scissors, man, and just go around and just do the deal. He got huge on TikTok for that.
Really? Yeah.
Okay, so he actually has a YouTube channel, and he's a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, geez.
Okay, if you'll find that and you'll send it.
I'll send it to you. I'm fucking sub to him, man. I fucking watch that shit. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I have a handful of like new people that I found that I don't think other people have found exactly yet. So like this is one of them. So really quick, I want everybody to before I forget, everybody go to Soft White Underbelly, and they do interviews with like criminals, people in the mafia, and
yes, I'm sub to Soft White Underbelly.
Awesome. I just recently found them.
Sounds like an erotic channel. But
no, it's for puppies. It's for Billy Scrubs.
Yeah. It's for. God damn it! I almost said it, Hooves, because of you. It's for kicking the underbellies of the puppies. Never mind. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Do not kick puppies.
You yeet them. You don't kick them. Kicking them is just rude.
Oh, you just yeet them. So what do we yeet them out? Never mind. No, we're not getting into that right now. Let's just get on with it.
Come on now. We're talking about puppies. Be nice. We're talking about puppies.
I know. And of course, we are joking. Do not hurt animals or people. We're obviously
you want to run that disclaimer again?
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Exactly. And just remember, everything that happens on this program is just like this.
What? What? Oh! It was in this shit.
Exactly. That's pretty much the commentary that we give as well. Is
What?
this is just a silly channel.
Huh? What?
with silly things.
What? We
Huh?
silly?
Huh?
What?
Nah.
Hey, Jasper.
Wait. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Are we
This?
muting?
Pickles. 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 Pickles.
Okay, now let's.
What? Huh?
What? Huh? Man, oh my god, what's happening? Okay, let's get into the idiocracy of this.
Like, I don't know what's going on right now. Okay.
Oh my god.
Like, oh my god.
My blonde hair is getting in the way. Okay, anyways,
Oh,
let's see with this.
What if it's true? I mean, what if? And so I started investigating.
What
it,
if?
and then it was.
I want that
like,
shirt.
basically, no brainer.
And
Like,
you're convinced the Earth
Totally,
is flat.
brother.
100%.
Really?
100%. No doubt whatsoever.
All right. So
Yeah, 100%.
where do we start with this?
He goes by Apollos. So I don't know what this motherfucker's name is, and that's why I didn't put it in the
Apollos, like Apollo, but with an like plural.
I guess
don't know.
I don't fucking know either, and that's why I didn't put it in the fucking title. I just put interviewing a flat earther or whatever.
Okay.
Because fuck you for your putting your name that. I'm sure that somebody can figure out who he actually is, but this guy's such a douche nozzle. Just wait.
Do we need to know?
And I sped it up a little bit, obviously.
I mean, planets are round. You look at all the planets, the other planets.
Well, planet. The term planet actually means moving star. That's where
No,
we came up with
it
the term
comes from
planet.
wandering
we are,
star,
and I definitely don't
dipshit.
think we are a planet.
Wondering.
Yeah, he's
Comes from
not
Wandering
going to
Star.
Yeah, no, he's going to reference things wrong, and yes, it's he doesn't know.
He fucking tried, okay?
He tried. He got the
trying.
star part right. Okay. He got a 50% right. Okay.
After smoking all the salvia and all of the Doctura,
That reminds me of, don't you? The Big Lebowski.
Don't you dare.
I'm sorry, but a little bit.
No,
A
but
little
I get,
bit.
no, but I get that. But well, hold on. That's why I said this is like all of the beach conspiracy weird people that you meet. Not saying that Big Lebowski is completely that.
No.
This is exactly what most of these weird beach people that you meet are like. They're like, bro, like, have you ever thought, like, if your arsehole was like the universe, and you're like, why the fuck would I think that? What the hell is going on right now? Like, oh my god, you know. Why is that
in his
God damn
it's just
it.
more in his looks from his neck up. Basically, he does look like Big Lebowski.
no. I mean, and he's in he does have that kind of vibe a little bit, but not just wait till you hear what his dumbass says.
Okay.
And hey, Canadian. If you want a link, just let us know. If there's anybody else who wants the link, just let us know and we'll send you one. So here we blow.
And we are a plane of existence. So when you say planet, like in the old times, hundreds of years ago, and thousands of years ago, they've always said planets were those stars that move. So there's 7, 8, 9. I think there are 9 now, but anyway, Jupiter, Saturn, all that. But to our eyes, they look just like all the other stars. They just happen to be the ones that move. So that's where we came up with the term planet.
Jello wants.
Wow, you found a good one, Slim. A good one. Oh my
Dude,
god.
we're only seconds into this. Just wait, it gets even worse. That's why I was like, we have
Charles
to do
Arnold. Apollos is a biblical character from the New Testament.
Yeah, doesn't he like guard like one of the sectors of hell or some shit?
Possibly, but I
He's
don't
like
know.
the angel of death or something. Trump's got him up. Trump has him up has a picture of him up in his like living room in one of his
Probably,
or something like that.
Probably
yeah.
it is something from
I
Revelations
think
or something
so.
like that.
I think, yeah.
wouldn't doubt it.
And of course he picks biblical figure from the New Testament because
Of
he
course.
has his testicles are probably tied up in his wife's purse.
He's a religious
Well,
flirt.
never mind.
Just saying.
No, of course he is. Just listen to what he says from here.
Saturn,
And he's in
Mars,
denial
Pluto,
about his
they're all
planets.
the enormous mass and the gravity that's involved.
That's what our science tells us.
Has made them round.
Right. Our science says that
he's in denial
around.
about his hairline too.
You know he totally is.
He's got a Kenny G
Let me
thing
say it like
going.
this.
Yeah.
Conceptually, they're a ball, but to our eyes, they're just a circle. It's just like the sun and the moon. I believe they're all the same. And I definitely don't think that those planets, those moving stars that we're talking about, Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, etc., they all have their own lights. They all have their own energy. They're not reflecting the sun's light. Just like I don't believe the moon's light is not the sun's light. A lot of people think that, but just because science taught you that. But
so the light of the moon comes from it's.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus! Look at this face.
The sand on the moon is glow in the dark sand.
They all are their own lights, man.
What it is, and then as soon as the sun goes down,
They're all stars, man.
The moon is like glow in the dark, bro. Like the sun, like makes
Yeah.
it so it
Like
charges
planets,
up,
plane. You know how that
it's
works.
like-
planets.
Planets. Yeah.
Oh, Jeebus,
If
I
I
have to
if
do
I can
this.
go on a logical route here.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm guessing this guy's
Clown
been like
time.
at least 3 months solid of just edibles and bong hits, and this is just where he's landed.
Probably.
That's exactly what happened.
You look like a scary clown.
Exactly what happened
Fuck is
here.
going on?
bit
You're putting
blue,
too
a
much
bit
on
blue.
top. He doesn't have hair on top. He hasn't let go.
I know, but it's more
He needs to be a
fun
bit
for
more
it to
blue
be
in it.
scary. Okay, all right, there we go. He's the clown
Will it
of
play
the
like
day.
that? No, it won't play like that. Damn.
Okay,
It's own
anyway.
light. Yeah, it's own light.
It's internal.
It's whatever. We don't know where it. I don't know. That's what I would like to
I
investigate.
didn't
Those
know
are
where
the
it
types of
comes
questions
from,
I'd really like to
bro.
look into.
But there are times of the night where half the moon is dark, for example.
Exactly. Well, this is
so there's an LED program that makes it turn on the certain parts of the moon.
exactly. I'd like to. Yeah, let's start with the moon then. Right there. It's This is some of the things about the moon that are really fascinating.
Okay, next time I'll make him bald on
to prove
top.
to show you that they're not reflecting the sun's light is for about 3 weeks every month. So 75% of the time you can look up.
All right. Well, we just have somebody new coming in, and that is as soon as they. I'm going to guess they're here, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it. So here.
That looks like my last date. Shit. Oh no, not you,
Hey.
Villa. Not you, Villa.
Hi,
The actual-
Villa.
Hey, sis.
That
It's
was
a
your
witch.
last
Maybe
date.
burn her.
Burn her.
Burn her.
She turned me into a new.
But I got better.
If they won't let us play it as a clip, we're gonna say it every
We'll say it. We'll quote the damn
you.
thing.
Fuck
What-
you,
what-
YouTube.
What are those floats? Small pebbles. A duck.
Small pebbles.
Hey, Troy.
Jeebus.
I grew up on Monty Python. Okay, it's in my blood.
All of us did, for sure. Hey
Sadly not.
Troy. Anybody else who is not hasn't said hello to us, please say hello to us. Yeah, exactly. Like, this can't be real. I'm totally on the same page with you, but this is. And just wait. Like, I got like 13 minutes into this, and I was like, okay, we have to fucking go over this because,
Okay,
like,
so just for those that are in the chat that don't believe this is real, I've said it before, and Slim knows this because him and I have talked about it. My sister's brother-in-law is a flat earther. He quit his super well-paying job.
I am so sorry
and
for
got
your
an
loss.
RV. Got an RV. Oh, I don't care. I don't even talk to the guy.
just listen, just wait.
Got an RV, drove all the way to, I think it was either Utah or Nevada, for a convention of flat earthers.
Yeah.
And he now lives in that RV. The dude was making 6 digits a year and turned. into
Is his
flat
name
earther.
Nathan Thompson by any way?
No, he's way too dumb.
Mason Thompson could not make six figures
because that's
a
what
year,
he
but
did.
yeah.
He had a job where he made, but I think it was one of those like
It was like
scam. It was like it was like a pyramid scheme type of thing. But he made six figures.
You know who GE Locomotive is? They're like huge in the US. Okay,
Yeah, of course,
he was one of the programming engineers. So he made 6 digits a year and quit his job, bought an RV, sold his house, and drove out to the desert to hang out with flat earthers.
How dumb is that?
That's what I'm saying. I talked to my sister. I'm like, hey, so how's your brother-in-law? And she's like, we don't talk about him.
We don't talk about him. Exactly. West Side. If you have our connections on the Dism Accords, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram, and I will private message me somewhere, and I'll give you an address if you would like to send me a bottle of that. That would be awesome.
My lord.
Yeah.
Hello, my lord.
My lord. Hello, my lord.
Let's get on to more.
It's a liquor from Chicago or something like that, I think.
Let's blow on with the flat
Merlot
border
is a
here.
red wine.
No, Merlot.
Red wine. No,
There's-
Merlot.
Merlot
MERLOT is a red wine. Yes. Malort is a whole different thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right. I was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
I
think it's a liquor.
It's spelled numerous times like that.
Welcome to the dyslexic.
It's a thing. Anyways, let's keep blowing on.
With the flat border.
Why in the feck would you want to be in a desert? I mean, it matters on which desert. Some are really harsh. The other ones are not that bad.
I'm just pointing out the fact that these people do fucking exist. This is not just a YouTube thing.
Yeah, and I hope they don't fuck, because I hope they don't make more kids.
You almost encountered one.
He's married, but I believe his wife is barren.
I believe his wife and other people are chained up in this guy's basement.
Oh, the best part
Allegedly.
He's also one of those super religious people that think the Earth was only created 2,000 years ago.
I'm sure he's going to get into that.
Or 6,000 years ago, whatever the hell it is.
Let's see. Hold on. We have to do this.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
Yes.
So let's blow on further with this, because we're only very into the infancy of this idiocracy.
In the sky during the day and see the moon up there with the sun at the same time. It's never full when it's up in the sky when we see it during the day. Never. The only time it's full is when the sun is set, and then the moon, when it's on the other side of the planet, is the only time you ever see the moon full. Okay. So in other words, you never see the moon full at the same reflecting the sun's light ever at the same time.
Yes,
but
you
see the
do.
moon waxing.
Except for every time that you do.
Several times in the month it does
Yes,
that.
you do all the time.
Several days in the month.
And again, it depends on where your position is on the planet when it
It
happens.
happens loads over here, especially in the winter.
I could listen to her
I mean,
all day. Tell me,
you know how many you know how many times people moon me while the sun is out? A lot. So you can't tell me that I don't get mooned all the time.
I love it. He doesn't believe the sun and moon can be out in the same
To be fair, I do moon a lot of people as well.
Exactly.
I
while the sun is out, right? And
to be
when
fair,
the moon
I'm
is out,
lucky I'm a woman because I'm right by a school. If I was a bloke, I probably would be an offender.
you probably would. But the other fun thing is when the moon is out and you moon somebody, now 2 moons are out. How do you explain that, flat earther?
Global Mum.
Okay.
Global Mum. I just have one question for you and
Yes.
Brainless. Can you see your anus from my anus?
If you got a good telescope.
If the Earth was flat, you could.
I think the Earth is in the way, so probably not.
I am doing yoga.
But just recently, you asked her to read her story. You check out her YouTube channel because that's what she does on her YouTube channel.
Yes, and
you were talking about Vila, but when you said that.
if we all sent up a picture of our anus into the cloud together,
Oh,
and
I know what
shared
Vila's
it,
doing. Okay,
and
never mind.
technically it could be. And never mind. Okay.
We're talking about my
Uh,
anus. Is that what we're talking about, Vila?
Yes, we're talking
Yeah,
about
we
your
do that
anus.
on. That's a Discord thing.
Yeah, we're talking about my anus.
My anus, yeah.
I thought it was
We
all
were talking
anuses
about the Jackass
together.
episode where they went to visit my anus.
My anus.
And then when we were playing Phasmophobia, we were like, "Can you hear me?" In my
anus.
From my anus. How old are you? In my anus. How did you die? In my anus.
Off.
Nice. That's great. All right, so let's blow on.
And waning, and whatever period, either it's waxing or waning all the time. And during that day, like say it's a quarter moon, and it's in the sky with the sun. The sun's moving, the moon's moving a little bit, everything's moving, and it never changes its parity. It's if it's quarter moon, it stays a quarter moon. In other words, that's one little hint to show you that the sun is not reflecting. That's not reflecting the sun. The moon's not reflecting the sun. Okay, that's one little hint. Just the simple fact that we get to see it in the sun, see it in the sky with the sun, and the sun's not affecting it through that entire day.
No,
It just happens every once in a while. But
dude, he's fucking crazy as fuck, dude.
He definitely failed education.
I just have.
He's a bodyboarder.
I have one very serious question about him.
Sure.
Why is his headline further back than a medieval woman's?
We've already discussed that. He's kind of got a Kenny G thing going.
Yeah, Kenny G. I even said Big Lebowski, and I got
5 head, 6 head, 8 head. Then he's got sunglasses, and then he's got the long hair. It's like
he is trying to keep on to his hair as long as possible because he's so scared.
This is why I got offended with the Big Lebowski thing. Jeff Bridges has a full head of hair. So that's why I got offended with the Jeff Lebowski thing.
He is.
Because he's got a full head of hair. This guy, that shit is running the fuck away from his eyebrows.
Hey, at least this guy isn't like Gallagher. Remember Gallagher, the comedian?
Even his own hair can't stand his brain.
Yeah, we can't get away fast enough.
Exactly. Yeah, but unfortunately, these older boarders, they want their long hair to be there, and so they're going to always try to keep it around, even though it is running away. And just shave it off if that's going to already happen, bro. I mean, you're done. So, anyways,
no, it's the older border thing because I do have long hair, and I'm 46, and I do have long hair, but I have a full head of hair.
That's good.
Okay.
Long hair I think long hair looks really good on men. It's just sometimes you've got to accept that having long hair
it's going away.
Isn't the vibe. And if he probably wouldn't have lost it so quickly because of the weight on the follicle.
No, it's just genetics. I mean, honestly, it's really
pretty.
It's really genetics. I know a dude who's had dreadlocks since he was 21, and he still has a full head of dreadlocks, and they're down to his waist.
It's all genetics. It's all genetics in nature, and if you wear hats all the time, things like that.
Oh yeah.
What was he just dipping on somebody's menstrual? What's going on?
He got his red wings.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, he's getting bored. We got to keep his ADD going. Let's blow on.
Uh-oh. He's doing his... There we go.
Okay, I got it. I did it. Oh, we got to do the...
Slim loves his little fun tool.
I know. I love this so much. It's so amazing. I love it. It's so great.
But seriously, I do want...
Not necessarily, Charles. My husband has a gray beard, but his hair is not gray. So his hair's still brown.
Here we go.
It happens every freaking day.
Okay, let's go.
That it's up there, that we see them together. That's the way it is. It never changes. So if whatever the moon is, that's what it stays through that whole day and into the night. And then you can also at nighttime, when the moon is full, you can pull out a thermometer and put it out in the light of the moon, right?
Cold moonlight.
As an example, the thermometer is 70 degrees in the full moonlight. If I put it in the shade of the moonlight, it actually gets warmer.
No,
when I pull it out, it gets colder again. So
the
moonlight is
radiative heat, dummy. It's radiative.
Mama, explain it just a little bit, or say that
when you're next to a building or you're next to something like furniture, you're going to get the heat coming off the furniture. It's going to irradiate the heat that's been there through the day. Is going to radiate off that furniture. It's going to take a long time to do that.
The other thing is that the heat thing, like at night, cloud cover and shade and stuff. That's what's keeping the heat down. If it's under a tree, that means there's a
that keeps the
canopy
heat
above
in.
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Like if it's a cloudy night, it's actually warmer than it is on a moonlit night, especially during the winter.
Right.
Wait. We can test this. We can do this.
It's
Because
almost
if you
like
create-
a gap of air between things acts like a insulation.
Yes.
Yes. Like a tree, a fully leaved tree would actually have a little bit of heat left over from the day coming off the ground because it's
almost like
it reflect off.
It's almost like science. Oh my god, science!
But what if you create that that shadow with an upright thing, so the air above it can escape?
The thing is, if you do this, you have to like put the cups of water out or something, or whatever you're measuring. You gotta let it sit there for hours to let everything let it equalize basically before you check it. You know.
There's
many people have done this. Raider Sapien did a real good one. MC Toon did a real good one.
I believe almost everybody here knows exactly what we're talking about. We know that this actually makes sense if you understand the concept of
common sense.
Hey, Al Trucker, how you doing?
Hey, Al.
Al Trucker.
Al Fucker. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this idiot.
It's not hot, so it's not reflecting the sun. It has nothing to do with the sun. That's what I mean by it's its own light. And that's a simple scientific experiment. Anybody can do it. Thermometer. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I've lived in the northern climates before. And a lot of times if I park my car under a tree, I'll come out to my windshield, to my car in the morning, and half of my windshield will be frozen and the other half won't be. It's happened many, many times. And I never really thought about it until a few years ago. And I put it all together. I'm like, wow.
The same thing.
The reason it frosted over is because the full moon light hit that part of the windshield. And this part was
No, you dumb cunt.
That would also happen.
Oh my Jesus Christ! What the
if
fuck?
there is no moon out.
Yeah. What if there's a new moon? Hello.
It could be air. It could be air currents with the moisture that's in the air.
It could be so many things, and or your dumb cunt ass could not realize that the sun has hit it for 20 minutes and is now not putting sun rays on it because now it's behind a tree or some other positioning, right? Maybe it only makes this much light for 10 minutes on a certain area, or 20 minutes, right? 15 degrees every hour, right?
Yeah.
So if you have this much space, literally it could go across it in 20 to 30 minutes, right? If you don't notice that and you come out and the light's not on it, what is your dumb ass going to think? Like he thinks. This moon did it. No, homie, the fucking sun did it. And or something else was radiating heat inside.
Right. What he was under was more insulated.
Sure.
The cars were insulated than what the other side.
He could have had a fucking mirror.
The Columbia Record Club.
He could have had a mirror inside of the car, and somehow that was reflecting, or something reflective could have been reflecting on that side of it as well. Right?
I mean, I've gone out to early in the morning here. It's real early. The sun hasn't even risen yet, or barely risen. It's starting to. And like my husband's front window is frosted, but the back window isn't.
Sure.
I mean, it's just how things are.
Yeah, there's obviously a real reason that's happening.
But we don't have anything we park under. It's on the street.
Yeah, and there's a real reason for that, but not that the moon made it like literally, homie.
Right.
Like, there's a way better. What is the thing? What is most likely the reason? What is that thing? It's whatever's
common sense.
Yeah.
Besides that, it's whatever's theory.
Are you talking about Occam's razor?
Yeah, there we go. The Occam's razor. The most easiest answer is probably the answer. Yeah, and so you know what we're talking about would be the easiest answer is because the sun is rising and it's getting warmer and things are changing in temperatures for whatever reason because the sun is rising or it's getting warmer or whatever because of it becoming daytime. A lot of things are going to change. A lot of things are going to defrost in weird ways. A lot of things are going to do weird things that your dumb lizard brain isn't going to understand until you actually look into it, right?
How long before this guy becomes a soft sit?
He's probably already one. He's probably
was
tomorrow,
one probably before.
We'll probably find out tomorrow that he got arrested for being a sovereign citizen, and then we're going to do a whole thing on him again.
The reason I say that is flat earthers and frauditors, not auditors, frauditors, the ones that are like actual dickwads about it, end up being soft sits.
Yeah.
They start sliding into that soft sit mentality.
They do have that mentality.
Always end up in there.
No, yeah, it's totally like there's a clumping, like QAnon.
Who'd we
QAnon,
lose?
Flat Earth.
We lost someone.
It's okay. Velo, her internet is kind of spotty.
It's a little spotty over there.
It's a little spotty over there.
The hamsters are getting tired.
Yeah,
the hamsters
exactly.
are tired.
The little, the little one is getting tired of running on the
That's
wheel.
what I
No, I'm
wanted
just
to
kidding, I'm just
say.
kidding. I know. Yeah.
What do you think?
Anyways,
You don't hear her daughter because she's.
Spawn's probably asleep already.
No, why do I end up on the bottom? What's the fuck?
Hey, you
I'm
can
not even
tickle
next
everybody
to a
from the
chair.
bottom. Come
Spawn's not asleep
on.
yet.
No, not asleep
even
yet.
next to a chair.
Oh,
What the
okay.
hell?
No, she's running on the wheel to keep the internet going.
Yeah, Vila's got her
10
running.
minutes and then
Okay.
I'm going to put her to bed
Or
because it's been a bit manic.
or Spawn's poking the hamsters that are running in the wheels to run the internet. That's
Wait
how
a minute.
it
It's
works.
a different time where you are. Yeah.
Wait, what? Around the
No.
Vila's in the
globe?
future. Vila's in the
Around the
future.
globe,
Uh-huh.
there's other times? What are you talking about?
No, it's all the same
What are these-
time.
what are these
This
time
accent's just for
zones you
show.
talking about? Yeah, exactly.
And Australia is not real.
Yeah,
We all-
Australia's
we
just,
all-
yeah.
We
Double
all
backwards.
Australia's not real.
It's just a
On
big
the
theme
flat
park.
Earth,
Yeah.
Met a
We
guy on a
live
dating site that can confirm. He went to move to Australia. Turns out when he arrived, it was literally just a cardboard cutout display.
Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay.
It's like defunct land or whatever.
So he went there and
It
he
was just all
landed,
fake.
and all of a sudden, chloroformed and got taken to get the Men in Black flashy.
Real quick before we start him up again, does anybody remember when Schrodinger's cat was doing two flirts at once, and one of them was actually from Australia?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
He goes, "Well, Australia isn't real," and he goes, "Oh," and Schrodinger's like, "Well, sir, what do you think? You live in Australia."
Yeah.
It's just like it was phenomenal. But I digress. Please go on with the flat board.
And yeah,
That's amazing.
oh, Jesus Christ, yeah, that was hilarious. All right, here we go.
Underneath the tree in the shade. So
I could pop your bubble a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. So when you go to social gatherings, parties, whatever, do you advertise? Do you strike up a conversation where you start talking about the Earth being flat?
Absolutely. I've been talking about ever since. Yeah, basically ever since I found out the Earth was flat, I was like, okay, I got to tell everybody.
What is a typical reaction?
Usually people are. It's very divisive right off the bat.
Sure.
It's people are either like, what? Tell me more, or and they walk away. Like just laugh at me.
They didn't hit the same.
And I don't
bong
mind.
you
I'm not.
It's way more people that walk away from him than sit there and ask him.
I have to
I'm pretty sure there's more people that say, "I want to know more."
Well, I would actually let him tell me more, so that right when he's about ready to finish it, I just smash it all to bits and make him sad.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing that I think happens is people that are intelligent say, "Oh, tell me more, dummy." And then they let you talk, and then after a second, all you have to do is just ask them like 3 questions, and it usually destroys their whole fucking. Because usually I get them to walk away from me pissed off as fuck.
The best way to piss off a flat earther or a soft sit is ask them why or
why.
How.
Yeah.
Why?
Yep.
Why
Explain
is it
to me
like
how. How does this happen?
Why is this like this? Pushytrons. Why? What are pushytrons?
Yeah, right.
Oh my god, the Pushytron shit. Oh, that's
When I heard
that was
pushytrons
great.
the first time, I almost pissed myself. It was through Schrodinger's.
Yeah, he did that.
I
Stingray and
almost
somebody
died.
else did that.
Yeah.
That Flurf Glober. Stingray was so good at being a flat earther. Oh my god.
Jeebus, that was so funny. Oh, that was such a great troll.
That was
Okay,
so
anyways, let's
good.
blow on with this eight half-wit.
Not trying to convince anybody like of any one of my things that I believe or research. I'm not so much like, you got to believe like I believe. It's more like, hey, here's just a few hints, that maybe everything's not the way we've been taught. Maybe it's not the way you think, and I feel like if I can just get my brothers and sisters to open their eyes a little bit, start looking outside the box, we can move with more freedom and more power.
You eat alone at Thanksgiving, don't you?
I feel like that's kind of what's been.
So he's one of these flat earthers that thinks if everybody believes in flat earth, everything's going to be just roses and candy and puppy dogs and sugar all the time.
Yeah,
it's going to solve everybody's problems.
It's puppies.
The world's going to be so much better.
And we're going to have a utopia as soon as that
Yeah.
happens.
He forgets one factor: humans.
Yeah, we suck.
We do
Yeah,
suck.
exactly. And not just that, but like, that's a great thought experiment, bro. While we're getting drunk somewhere.
Did you
But
take a
when you
shot for the
actually have
$5 I
to-
sent you?
Yeah.
Where? What? How? What?
I was
He
gonna
did,
say,
I
you
think.
I was going to say, he
I
did
thought
take
he
a
did.
shot for
Yeah,
the,
I thought we
Prayer
already
for
did
Widow.
that a long time ago, right?
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah. For Widow's son and blah blah blah.
Being a
Yeah.
ginger
But
ass.
but for him, yeah, totally. I mean, somebody can buy me another one, but that, anyways, these
Or
things
he'll
are
just
like
drink. Screw it.
exactly.
Well,
These things are great thought experiments when you're at a party getting drunk.
Yeah.
But when you actually have to like put in the maths to send people into space to make sure they don't die, you have to fucking put in the right stuff. Like, I'm sorry,
Or you're going to
math
send a water tower up instead of a rocket.
yeah, and then everybody inside's gonna busplode or implode, just
Thanks,
like what
DK.
happens to those. Yeah, and just like what happened to the fucking folks that went down to try to look at the Titanic.
Yeah.
That douche nozzle said, "Oh, why do we need safety features?"
Yeah, who cares about safety
That's
features?
that's
Who cares
exactly
if this
why.
thing can go as
Safety
deep
is
as
for
I want it?
little
Can't go as deep as I want it to. We're going to try anyway.
Yeah, and that's why, bro, you're gonna implode because the structural, it doesn't work structurally, right? That there's pounds per square inch with gravity and blah blah blah. Mathematical equations actually work, and if you don't, if it didn't work, then all you flat earthers go fucking build an airplane, go build a jet. Unfortunately, we already had somebody who built
Mad
a
Mike.
rocket that didn't make it work, but I don't think he actually was a flat earther. I think he was
he
just
wasn't.
a really
He
cool
just-
guy
Yeah.
who made these things. And unfortunately, there was something that failed in that last thing he did, unfortunately.
But you got to give it to him. He died the way he lived.
Sure, and just like
You know?
Schrodinger's cat, RIP you as well.
Yeah.
And
Rip Schrodinger's. Miss you, bud.
Love that guy.
I miss him so much.
we all
Earth
did.
was flat just to get the flat Earth to donate money.
Yeah.
No, and that's why he did it. Exactly, Emily. Anyways, but again, if you're a flat earther and you think that everything's fake, fucking do it yourself, you dumb coons.
Yeah.
Like you all keep saying, I'm gonna make my own experiments. Y'all
What's
don't.
that line they love to say? Do your own research.
Yeah. But you know what happens? You know what happens every motherfucking single day? High school students prove the fucking globe. Like
Physics
almost every
students do
single day
all
in
this
class.
stuff every
Yeah,
single year. They do the same things every single
Yeah.
year.
Here's the
reason why
fun
I like
part.
high school students is because it shows how dumb these idiots are.
I watched a couple high school kids do the flat Earth experiment, and they did it through a series of walls in a long ass warehouse, and they measured and drilled holes all the same height from the ground.
Yeah,
and then they tried to shine a light, and then they found out that the kid had to stand about a foot and a half to 2 feet taller than he was, which was exactly the experiment they were trying to disprove and prove that the Earth was flat and did not have a curvature. and they actually ended up proving that the Earth is fucking round. Never mind the fact that you have to consider fucking geographic, the topography of the Earth.
Brainless, are you awake?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So speaking of that devil, let's do this in just a second. Brainless, will you do me a favor and will you find Jerism's
the interesting video
thingy, the plank video where they had to like.
Oh, by the way, Cyborg, I sent you and Brainless both the channel. His name is Amish. I think he used to be fucking Amish, but I don't know. But his name is Hamish.
That's pretty Amish, but it doesn't mean he's actually.
Dude, he totally talks like this, like all the time. He's like, he's like total surfer dude. Like total.
Oh my god!
I know all about that.
Like gnarly.
I'm telling you, if you have not seen the "Give Yourself a Bowl Cut" video, I suggest you watch it. It's
okay, well, I'll definitely watch that later. Brainless, whenever you figure that out, just let us know, you should be able to find just a clip of it. But let's I'm gonna go a little bit further with this, and then in a second we'll play that because once again we have
it's a while back, so
we have a gazillions of different experiments, videos, and especially from flat earthers where they have proven the globe many times. So let's blow on with this Jack Whistle that thinks that because he can think things that he knows how the world works, but he's never actually measured anything to prove anything other than he's a hippie. That's pretty much it.
Being repressed is our truth. The truth of us is our power. So if we believe a lot of false things, then we're going to be going down rabbit holes that, I think that's a big part of the problem right now in our society.
And that's what you're doing.
That a lot of people are believing lies. Just complete deception.
He's down a big, deep rabbit hole right now.
Yeah, going to school and somebody telling you that the Earth's a globe is not a rabbit hole. You don't.
It's not a rabbit hole.
They keep saying, they keep saying that, like, oh, the schools like teach you to go down rabbit holes and make you. It's like, no, homie. Like the reason why there's globes. Yeah, the reason why there's globes everywhere is because we live on a fucking globe. What else would we fucking do? Like, that's so funny.
It's called reality.
Like, yeah, why would we not teach this?
It's been shown time and time again.
Yeah,
and we have tangible fucking evidence.
We've got measurements. Okay, we've got visual.
I am not someone who's against ideas and thinking outside the box. But when you're trying to think of ideas of things that there is hard, factual, tangible evidence disproving your thought and fantasy, you are not going to will it into reality by getting a bunch of water brains to follow you in your quest of stupidity.
Again, every single day, high school and college students and probably even elementary school students prove the globe every fucking day of the fucking year in every country all around the globe in different ways. So what are you talking about? If little kids are proving the globe, what the fuck leg do you have to stand on, you weirdo? Go out and actually do the experiments yourself, and guess what happens when you do? You will find out it's a fucking globe, you twat whistle.
Or here's another one, just kind of jump off on the moon and the sun, for example.
Fuck you.
From our perspective, the moon and the sun are the same size. From our perspective, but they tell us, science tries to tell us that we're going around the sun and the moon's going around us.
Actually, from our perspective, no, they're not the same size.
That's relativity, you fuckwit.
Yeah. And what he forgets is the sun has glare, so no, they're not the same size.
You have to use a sun filter to take photos of it, or the moon will look a lot larger when it's full because it's glowing a lot more because there's more surface area that is
if you notice the moon and sun on the horizon, the moon on the horizon, because the horizon, the refraction stuff, it looks bigger, but once it rises, it looks smaller. It's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's our atmosphere that magnifies it. It's not really that big.
But the biggest thing is it's called relativity. It's a relative distance it is from you.
Yes.
You can take somebody like Cyrax, who is 5'1", and you could put him about 10 feet away from you, and then take me, someone who is 6'1", and I can step back from him about 7 feet, and we're going to look like we're about the same height.
Right. It's all
It's
perspective. Yeah.
It's relativity.
And
okay, go ahead and. This is what we're speaking about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Backup experiment.
Who's got something going on in the background?
Through the next hole, and seeing.
If you, my son's talking in the background. He's a little loud.
Okay, no worries. I thought someone had TV on. I was going to say, what's
so 17 feet.
Well, that's because you're.
Then
so I should only
what
be able to see it
happens?
when it's
What
17
happens?
I love this.
Just wait. I know I love it so much.
Enrique, how high is your light?
And then what do we see?
You know, it's his.
I don't know why do we don't see the light.
Okay. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
He has since in the past, since MC Toon has talked to him, he's doubled down saying, well, you know, on that behind the curve, they were just, he's making excuses basically.
Yeah,
it's like, well, why did it not work out? You know, then he's claiming, oh, well, we didn't really have time to go look at the terrain and blah 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 blah. If you're gonna do an experiment, you better make sure that terrain is where you want it before you do that experiment.
And you dumb cunt, if they manipulated it wrong, go do it again. You twat.
Go do it again.
It's expensive to go do that anywhere. You idiot.
A decent experiment that produces successful results is done numerous times.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So go do it 5 more times, you idiot, and then let us know that it's fucking wrong. But you know what's going to happen every fucking single time they do it, which they probably are trying to do, that they erase the footage of as soon as they probably broke the cameras. The second time it happened, they probably just smashed all the cameras and said, we're not even going to let there be digital versions of this because we're wrong, you know.
But he's so deep into flat earth, he has to make excuses for everything.
Well, he is one of the ones that I believe is making money off it.
He's making money off it, so he has to be.
So he has,
into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He can't leave it, just like Mark Sargent said.
Yeah.
Just like Mark Sargent said that he will quit flat earth if we can send him a photo of curvature from a plane or something like that, and we can actually like show it with a flat line or a straight line or whatever. And there have been like 20 people that have sent him that, but of course he's not going to leave it because that's the only way he's making his money right now. He is
he did claim, oh, I look at all my emails, and then it was like, no, I delete them. I delete emails at sight unseen.
Yeah,
so he literally does not look at all his emails.
He puts blinders on because he doesn't want to admit it.
Yep. That's where his bread and butter is.
Airline pilots, numerous fighter pilots have all seen the Coriolis effect. So actually, my ship. This is how much of a glober I am. My sailboat that I had when I lived in Florida, which was a 45-foot sailboat, was called the Coriolis.
Okay.
Because I'm not fucking stupid to goddamn curve to the earth.
Right?
Yeah. If you've ever, there's so many ways to show Coriolis effect in the real world as well, or look at hurricanes and tornadoes and a handful of other things. And let's just blow on a little bit further with this idiot. And we're only 6 minutes in. We're only 6 minutes in, so let's get a little bit further before we.
Let's go full Cobes.
Oh no,
Harry Warp, you beat us to this. This guy is pretty much a yoga teacher. That's what he tells us later.
No! Oh my God, he's an Eric Dubay. Oh
yeah, he's pretty much an Eric Dubay.
No,
he is definitely a nut dragger. This guy is a bodyboarder all.
Yeah, no, he is definitely a body. Exactly. All right, so let's blow on a little bit more.
God, the stereotype. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sydney, for helping you lose more brain cells.
You still got those?
Well, she has way more than some of us, I'm sure, because she is our smart little sister.
I
Anyways,
agree with
let's go
that.
on.
That's what it looks like. The sun and the moon are different. They're the exact same size. They have power. We can feel their power. Like if you believe in astrology at all, like all of our ancestors have always believed it. They believe that the sun, the moon, and all the stars, each of the individual stars have their own power. They have their own potency that they're affecting us. So like if you're born on a particular day of the year, that's
He
okay, that's
totally
your sun sign.
does
You're a
look
Gemini.
like a
And
handsy
then
yoga teacher.
the exact day that you're born, we'll know, okay, that's where the moon was in the sky. And then they can take a picture of the entire sky. They know exactly where all the planets were the moment you were born. And that's going to impact your entire life.
I mean, do you enjoy?
That doesn't make any
being
sense.
This controversial person at a gathering where you're like
Proposing
these theories that are.
I put it this way, brother. I never.
If you were born in multiple different places on the same day, you are not going to grow up to be the same person, you weirdo, just because you were born on a certain day and a certain moon was here and a certain thing was
influence you.
Yeah, that doesn't fucking make any sense
the thing
at
is,
all.
like,
That's
that
why they
believe
started
that-
coming up. They started coming up with shit like, oh, you're Pisces. Oh, yeah, I am. But you're more like a Pisces with a Capricorn
Moon,
Capricorn
a
moon.
rising, the setting,
You're trying to
and that,
create
and-
evidence you're trying to create evidence to prove your theory, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, and like they say, like, oh, that will influence your life. No, you let it influence your life. You think, oh, it says I should be a hard ass, so I'm gonna be a hard ass. Like stupid stuff like that.
Sure. And Charles, I believe that he would be handsy with any females. You're right. He's probably more handsy with teenage girls, but I think he's such a creep. He would be handsy with everyone.
Turkey neck.
Allegedly.
Look at the turkey neck.
Totally. Look at this.
Yeah,
Hold on.
he's
turkey
got.
neck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at this.
Oh my God! Look down at the bottom. He's definitely sporting gut.
Yeah.
Man. He's
I noticed his
definitely
neck when he was more. You could see the wrinkles and everything going down his neck.
Oh, we're just gonna go.
And he's got that.
He's definitely middle-age crisis right now.
Look at this no hair.
I guarantee you on the beach he wears one of those stupid straw hats or some bullshit.
And he wears like the weird full suit, and he doesn't need it because it's not that cold.
Yeah, if it's not covering I won't wear those short wetsuits that are like shorts and short sleeve. What's the fucking point? Either go be cold or be not. Because if my hands and if my arms and legs are cold, the rest of me is cold too. No, I'm gonna wear a full fucking suit. God, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Okay, so let's blow on a little bit more.
Before I learned that Earth was flat, I was not a divisive person, and at least not in the sense of I was questioning things, but I wasn't like, definitely at a party like that example.
Are there other theories that are?
Since I found out the Earth was flat, then it basically unwrapped everything. I'm like,
And
oh my
you
gosh,
went
if
other
that's
rabbit
true,
holes.
Was the moon landing a
complete farce? Yeah,
and 9/11.
Oh my God!
Planned, totally purposely planned.
Of course.
Absolutely.
What other theories do you hold to?
I believe that 500 years ago we found the new world. I don't believe it was the new world. This is an old world. And it's easy to figure that out.
What?
Some of the
We called it the New World. It wasn't
Europeans got
actually
here.
the New World. It's just what we called it because nobody had ever seen it before.
It's been around for.
Oh my God!
Oh.
He doesn't get it. Was just a name that it was given.
That really hurt. Oh fuck.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Charles. Burst your bubble. Astrology is fake. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Astrology's not, not real. I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucked up before my live stream tonight. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, bro. But,
God, I love it. He's so clueless. He doesn't get just people name stuff, and that's what.
That is good, Harry. And he found his lost shaker of salt.
Salt.
Oh, that's a good fucking
Margaritaville. Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking great because that's what he lives.
That's his hair. That's his hair.
And not just that, but that's where he lives. He is a white rich man that does not live in reality, and him and his rich friends sit around and they, oh my God, I lost my salt shaker. My life is horrible.
Right.
No, just order a new one. Just have
a
your
new
servant
one.
give
Just
you
get
a new one. Yeah, you literally, that's not your life is over, homie. Like that's where they feel oppression is when they lose their salt shaker.
They do make more than one salt shaker in the world. It's okay.
Yeah, and you have 3 in your house, homie.
And it wasn't lost; it was stolen by the deep state because they are target citizens.
No, it was stolen by Antifa. Anyways, okay, let's keep going.
In the first Europeans that got here, they weren't talking about savage tribes. They were talking about huge cities. Every river they went up from the bay, they'd go up different rivers. South America, Central America, North America, and the banks would be lined with people and big, giant, beautiful cities. I believe that when the Europeans got to,
he's talking about the
New World,
Mayans.
it was already populated.
Lord!
Well, there were a lot of peoples here before. There were millions of people here, but then unfortunately, disease took out a lot of them, and then they took it over or move people to other places.
Covered it pretty well too, because I mean they
it's pretty much what it was.
They started over developing the land, and it poisoned the earth, and everybody was getting sick. So no dumbass, there weren't like advanced cities.
Okay, I'm sure he's going to get to it, but I'm sure Tartaria is going to come up anytime with this guy.
Okay, everybody, how many minutes until Tartaria gets
the mud
brought
flood
up?
and Tartaria are going to come up with this guy. I guarantee it.
Dude, we know that the mud flood's going to come up with this douche nozzle for sure, because you know his art is filled with shit.
Oh.
All right, so let's keep flowing on.
The cities were there. Like, for example, we have the same architecture in New York as you do in London and everywhere around the world. Same thing happens in New Zealand. Australia. Same kind of architecture, same buildings, these massive cathedrals.
No, but also
I do see construction.
You know nothing about architecture at all.
No, he doesn't. He
and
doesn't.
he just hold on.
If it is similar, New York was owned by England.
Sure,
New
but
York was actually called New Amsterdam at first.
Yes.
Yeah, but like it was owned by England.
Yeah,
they might be giants as the ones who taught me that. The group they might be giants taught me that New York.
They totally did. Because of
Constantinople.
Constantinople and the bird in the house or whatever, and a couple other things, and me too. I love they might be giants. Anyways,
he's acting like when people started coming over to, what would be the U.S., New York was already this big skyscrapered, humongous city.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's not how it was.
And then he just said that he works in the construction industry. Yeah, you're a flunky. You probably are the ones that hammers in the nail. Yeah, he's a gopher.
He's the cleanup guy. He's just the cleanup guy.
He's the janitor of a fucking construction site.
He's the fuckwit we would send out to try to find the left-handed shovel because he's not doing it right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or the left-handed hammer.
The sky hooks.
Yeah.
Sky hooks, left-handed shovels, the pneumatic nail puller.
Exactly. Similar. Yeah, all of the stuff to get them, just like drop bears and a handful of other things when you fuck with people. Exactly. Similar. He's the one that you would do that to. To send him out because he's so annoying because he talks all day long that you're like, go get something that is not a thing, and then let everybody laugh at you. And then you still think that you know what things are going on when your dumbass doesn't realize people are messing with you your whole life.
Harry Warp, I believe. Harry Warp, I agree with you. I've been thinking about that, and it's been driving me fucking nuts.
Yeah, it does.
So
like a
I
big
think
snout. Yep.
I know, but that is it is supposed to. To the best of my knowledge, it's a Hawaiian token that is a face, but
okay.
He should probably not be wearing.
I'm surprised he's not wearing puka shells.
He is. Look closer at that necklace.
Well,
I can't really see it that close.
It's an Asian symbol, I think, is what he has around his neck on the top. But he's a Halley.
I think they're beads, not puka shells, though.
They might be beads.
They're beat.
Well, no,
they're
he's
beat,
got long
but
hair.
he's-
If you've never had puka shells on, you do not want to have a puka
You
shell
don't, because they
necklace
pull on
with
it.
long hair.
Yeah.
it yanks your hair all
they
day
pull
I
on.
used to when I was a kid. We had
Um,
puka shell necklaces and
But
stuff. and they
he's
were not fun.
definitely not a local. He's a Hallie. That's what we
Yeah,
call him.
yeah.
We call him Benny's.
He's a wannabe, so he wannabe basically,
he's
right?
not
Yep.
he's not a local.
Yeah.
We would kick his ass if he tried to surf on our
Dude, I'm
Get
cutting
off
your
our
leash.
lawn. Get off our surf.
I'm cutting your leash and breaking your bodyboard in half. Get the fuck off my beach.
Yeah, exactly. Get
Yeah.
out of our fucking area. That's pretty much what happened.
Skits, hey baby.
There's our Schizma Crasher. Hey. Hopefully you didn't have a horrible day.
Ollie, we're actually doing good time on this video.
Yeah, no, this is normally. So really
This is
quick,
normal.
let's play our sponsors commercial or promo. Thank you, Skits, for being our sponsor. And
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Jasper,
you can lurk. It's cool.
Yeah, definitely, of course.
Mhm.
So let's blow on a little bit further with this idiocracy.
Go ahead. I'm looking up
The
that
buildings
symbol
that these
he's
people
wearing.
built are so amazing, so gorgeous. You know, it's the best. It's like when we go to Europe, there are castles and cathedrals, and wow, these roofs are like, you know, huge, crazy pitches that would be hard for us in the present day to put on, even with all of our equipment, with everything. And yet we say, oh, these people weren't as advanced as we were.
What?
I'm contrary to that. I feel like these people were definitely more advanced.
White people
We don't do pitched roofs anymore because that's not what people want to make anymore.
No, but also, like, does he actually think I think he actually think that all the cities in America already existed.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't
And
understand.
and he thinks everything, they were all like that, even down in off the Amazon and in Central America, they were all these big, humongous cities already.
Yeah, it's redonkulously silly that he doesn't understand the spanning of time or the expansion of time. How many years it's been in between. Like, a lot of people don't realize the existence of Cleopatra to the pyramids is as long as it's been from her to George Washington or something like that, right?
Yeah.
It's some weird, like
the time
crazy
distance.
Cleopatra
Right.
and the Sphinxes and like the pyramids. Cleopatra was so far removed from when the pyramids were the pyramids were built, like the pyramids of Giza.
Exactly.
Like that just wasn't it. Like, she was around in a different era.
Right.
Same
Exactly.
For the Sphinxes.
Yeah.
The Sphinxes were remodeled like once or twice as is.
They needed to get a makeup job, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Somebody married this halfwit.
the cathedrals that he's on about in
Dude,
Europe.
I don't.
No, we
I
actually
think-
have all the technology and ability to do that right now. It's just not financially as viable because it would cost a lot of money to do that. The land is expensive. The building materials are expensive. It was easier and cheaper to make back then. That's all.
Okay,
and we can make the
yeah,
pyramids
exactly.
now. There's nothing stopping us making the pyramids now.
There's no reason to. But anyways,
There's
let's
just no
get
reason
on
to,
to
yeah.
let's get on to who's
Exactly.
what they said. Yes. I believe he is still married, but we don't have any clue that she's not chained up in the basement with other people. Allegedly.
But I saw the ring. I was like,
No, so he's obviously married, but is she still a free woman? I do not know that.
Maybe
We
he's
don't
Only
have
was
proof
married at
of-
one point that's just still wearing the ring.
Well, there's a handful of ways. I mean, anybody could wear a ring for sure, and that's another thing is he could just be pretending. But
so while y'all been talking and everything, I've been like listening. I've looked up Hawaiian pendant tokens, totems, symbols, and everything. That pig snout is nowhere along it, and what that actually looks like to me is a loofah sponge, like natural. The tubular
Okay.
type. It looks like a cutaway of that, only that's solid.
Okay.
It's just
maybe
Yeah, I've been looking at Hawaiian symbols too, and I couldn't find
what about
anything.
Tibetan? What about
Although,
Tibetan?
what it does look like to me is there are woodcut stylings of the Tree of Life, where they do that and then burnt into wood etchings. There's the knotwork of the above and below.
Okay.
That would make sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously,
I was just going through the surf
spiritual. Yes, I'm sorry to send you on that goose chase.
Yeah.
But
no.
Obviously,
it was perfectly
spiritual.
Honestly, the vibes I get from him is he doesn't even surf. He just likes the surfing vibe. Yeah, he just likes the vibe.
No, that's why I said he's a Howley and he's not a local.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I called him a Benny or
this is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, white nationalists have adopted the Hawaiian shirt as a thing.
That's the Boogaloo Boys. That's the
While
Boogaloo
looking
Boys.
up, finding this symbol, a news article came up about it.
Wow.
There goes half my fucking
weird.
closet. Fuck. God damn it. Quit taking white nationalists. Quit taking my shit.
The Boogaloo Boys are wearing red flower shirts, and that's their thing right now.
Okay.
So he's not adapting the colors, but he's definitely a white nationalist, or he's definitely white representing.
Right.
Because of
he's
what
privileged.
What he's saying.
Yeah, he's very privileged.
He's definitely a white kid that that probably has a trust fund, never had to work in his life, and is like, black people being as equal as me is oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of stuff.
Anyways, if he had a 6-figure job, it could have been a family company, or he got it through nepotism or something. Who knows?
Again,
I'm still mad about the whole white nationalists have.
No, I know they do that though. People usurp symbols and things, and
totally.
Yeah, it's just
that's
awful.
what I hate about the Punisher symbol. That they took that shit over. Anyways, if you look at this guy's teeth, I don't think you're a millionaire or that you were making 6 figures. I think you're kind of lying because your teeth would be way better, bro. Because you would spend money.
Maybe upper class, but not.
Or he didn't care about about how he looked. He just
like middle upper class.
Yeah, but most people, you work on their teeth when you're in certain industries to some extent because that's how you get jobs just a little bit better and more. So that whatever's. I just don't believe everything he says because he's already been sputtering out a bunch of fucking word salad and bullshit. West Side Girl, Brainless, will you put in? Thank you, Brainless. You're already on it. Thank you.
I was gonna get the link. Jeez.
So thank you. And so here we go. Let's go on
Brainless
further.
beat me to it.
But this douche nozzle.
Like for example, 500 years ago, just in English, everything got changed. We got a new calendar. We got a new Bible. So religion. Time and religion.
What? No. The Bible is not about religion. Hello.
About control.
Goddamn son of a bitch.
But 500 years ago, why did it change 500 years ago? What are you talking
The
about?
Bible didn't. The King James Bible came about 500 years ago, right? 600 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
James wrote wrote the King James version as a big fuck you to the Vatican.
Right.
That was literally all that was. And unless it's the Old Testament written in Hebrew or Latin, it's probably going to be fucking wrong. Because one of the first amendments, or one of the first commandments that they got wrong was "Thou shalt not kill." No, it's "Thou shalt not murder." There's a big fucking difference.
That's true. There's a big difference between those two.
Yeah, and words do mean
because even God condoned war in the Bible and killing other people in the name of war in the Bible. So
yeah, exactly. What the fuck is this 500 years ago bullshit?
Yeah, I know.
Just with the context of what he was talking about, I believe he might mean the creation of the Gregorian calendar, which was done by monks and shit. That was done.
That was 500.
Double checked, 1582.
Well, fuck.
Because he did mention the Bible as well, so he's trying to correlate them both together. I think.
Okay.
Well, the monks used the Bible to create it. Hence why it's done with BC before Christ, and then Anno Domini, the year of our Lord.
Yeah. We know that part, but
so
I didn't know 500 years ago that it was.
And it uses biblical points for a time basis.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what he means, because that is about 500
But there have been
years
different
ago.
calendars, and we said the other day, there's different calendars still in the world. So it's not like
it's really it's really weird that he said 500 years
But
ago.
the Gregorian calendar is the main one used by, like, most of the world. It's the one used by historians. It's the one used by, like, the majority of the Western world.
The Julian is the one that's used. The Gregorian is different.
And the anal calendar is a whole nother thing, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's keep going on.
That's a deep subject.
I think English was just coming out, like really getting
exactly.
popular, because that's, or at least that's the best English we have is Shakespeare. Still our best poet 500 years ago, really. And yet we're still being told that we've evolved. Or that we are
Wait. Shakespeare's not a poet.
Fuck Socrates? So fuck Socrates? Is that what we're going with?
Screw Plato?
I guess so, but the other thing is like that's not the best version of English. Was back then.
They never talk like Shakespeare wrote.
Dude.
And it's not the best version of English. Actually, the most modern version of English, even if it's in the Britons or Americas and or in any other place.
In America, they don't
speak
English.
Of it.
No, we speak American.
And there's different types of English, yeah.
No,
but this is the best version of it because we've now made it to where there's so many ways for us to describe things, right? We have a bunch of different words for things that get more specific as you get into a different word, right?
Thank you.
We don't just say big. We can say large. We can say expansive. We can say
different words.
Well,
yeah.
So this is the best version.
So now actually have a uniform spelling.
Yeah.
It used to be before all words were spelt phonetically. Now we have a for the most part, a universal idea where even if I wrote color, the English spelling in America, you guys would still know I meant
understand
color. It doesn't matter.
We all know. Even there was a U in it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
fun fact, I actually do put the U in the color when I write color.
Don't make me put my U in your color there, sir. But anyways, let's keep going on.
The brown
with this
color, you mean?
I mean, it may be other colors, but we will talk about that later. I have a lot more devices that I can stick things in.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you do.
Again, we'll talk about.
And they're all
those
detachable
devices
too.
later.
We know.
And and they all pull out, and they all inject, and they all insert. And again, we'll talk about it later. Let's blow on a little bit further with this douche nozzle.
Sounds nice.
Beeps and stuff like that. No, only, and I say that because
we're humans.
It's too beautiful. It's too perfect. It's too amazing. This world has to have been created. There's too many details that are perfectly in synchronization. It's perfect.
Evolution.
And you take one.
None of this is perfect. There is not enough perfectity into this.
Case Exhibit A. Me. I'm not perfect. I'm a
just because when you smack yourself in the face before you walk outside and you don't notice all the imperfections and everything around you.
Nothing is perfect. Oh my gosh.
No, nothing is. Literally, nothing is. If you look into it,
comes pretty close.
Perfect.
No, but nothing is technically perfect per se.
Right.
Yes, it on the surface looks perfect.
Do some things work together, sync together? Sure. That doesn't mean that they were created.
But
they're probably talking about the sun and moon being clocks.
When you look about animals that eat each other, and when you talk about if every plant has the same exact number of petals exactly in the same place to make the flower in the same exact spot, no, motherfucker, there are different levels of them. Everything's a little bit different. There's nothing is perfect. If everything was perfect, then everything would look exactly the same. Unfortunately, we would all be the same. We would all look the same. We would all want to be the same. We would all want to wear the same thing. It would just be the same. No, everything's not perfect. There are variations inside of everything. If you look at a herd of deer, a herd of anything, they may all look the same. But until you actually look at them and then you realize, oh, this one actually is like missing a limb, or this one has different spots than this one, or this one
they've done studies with twins
or something. You
know, some twins, one gets this type of cancer, one doesn't, and they're identical. Or one can have twin girls, one can have babies, one can't. You know, that means they're not perfect. They're actually perfect.
Exactly. And then if you look at them on the surface, like really, really quick, you look at them just like for like 5 seconds, they look exactly the same. But if you actually study them, you're like, oh, this one has a birthmark.
One may have a freckle over somewhere, a birthmark somewhere. Yeah.
Exactly. Similarly. So technically they're not exactly the same. So this is not a perfect thing. And what happens when one of them gets cancer and the other one doesn't? One is not exactly the same as the other, just like every other fucking baby. Every baby is not even close to being the same as the last baby.
Yeah. Just cunts.
And this world only works because we have evolved into it. It was not made for us, the best of our knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because it seems like
we're just another animal on this planet. We just can talk and reason and
because if you look at what has already been extinct and how many.
Hey, Crashes, how you doing?
Hey, Crashes.
How is
you? If you look at how many species have gone extinct and how many they go every day, that just proves that this is not a perfect.
Well, see, that's the other thing. How many species have we thought have gone extinct, and then there's those particular
as well
animals have been found in another part of the world.
Yeah,
just saying.
So once again, it's not as perfect. There's been a gazillions of extinctions. There's been different ways that this is changed on this globe because of hey aunt, if we've not said hello to you.
Yeah, hey aunt Chair.
But it's there is a spectrum that we can live inside of, and we're actually getting very close to us not being here anymore because of the heat and a couple other things. But that was the thing, is it's not
there's no climate
change. It's not made specifically for us, obviously, because why do we only live on certain continents and not live over everything? Why is there so much water over the globe when that should be all land? If
so much
made
undrinkable
for us,
water.
Exactly, not potable water. Why is there so much unpotable water? Which, if you don't know what that means, drinkable or usable for human consumption waters.
Yeah, you can't drink it, right?
Yeah, and non-potable water around the world
because humans are an infestation.
Nice.
We are the disease, and the Earth is trying to kick us off as fast as possible, and that's really what's happening.
And the Earth was here long before us. It'll be here long after us.
Yeah, exactly, Timely. It's gonna kick us off, and it's still gonna sit here for millions, if not billions, more of years before.
Well, they figured at least 5 more billion, give or take.
5 more, right?
Until the sun decides to go supernova, and then
Yeah, and then eventually the everything will collapse on itself again, and it will again
start all over again.
In years, you and I will all be doing this once again. Time we've done this. This is not the first time we've done this, y'all. This is like the gazillion time we've done this. This is just a cycle that happens every gazillions of years. We come back and do this. Anyways, let's
not us per se, but humans. Life.
Well, there is.
Well, I'm sorry, you're a time lord. You know, you've been back in time. You know better than us.
Yeah. Anyways,
I like turtles.
Yeah, I like turtles.
Oh my Jeebus, that's great.
I like trains.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Little molecule out and it screws everything up.
All right, here we go.
Everything dies. You add one thing, poison. But the way it is, it's orderly, it's perfect, it's balanced, it always finds its own balance, it keeps coming back to itself. To have something that perfect, I think it had to be created. I don't know who the creator was, who the god was, but it is very intelligently designed. And the smartest people that I know, like the scientists that are doing like physics and quantum physics, really questioning reality and really going down to things that they can't even talk about the stuff that they're doing in everyday life. Most people wouldn't even understand them. But they are saying the same things. Like the more we learn, the more we realize this is like people are nowadays calling it a simulation, for example. Like this is too perfect. It's almost like it's a computer program or something.
What?
Wow.
If you are perfect,
who made a program that kills children?
And who makes a program that makes him go bald? Oh yeah, I would.
There we go. Thank you, Sprainless.
Who makes a program where everybody's body is so fragile? Our bodies are very fragile.
It's not. It's not like GTA. It's not like GTA where we like can like kind of choose a body to some extent, and then like if this happens, you like don't die as easy.
Eat a candy bar.
Yeah, Andy candy bar, drink a soda.
Yeah.
But anyways, why would you look like that, homie? Homie, you think that God would make you look like that? No, that's natural selection. The reason you look like a douche nozzle that with receding hair with long curlies, and you probably have a fucking other abnormalities down below the pants. Let's put it that way.
Well, hey, try thinking.
Why do
This guy's name is Apollos. Or I'll type it.
Hey, try thinking. His name is Apollos. He's a no-named flat earther, and that's who we're going over. Try. So, anyways,
he's a bodyboarder and a yoga instructor.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. And he thinks that he's like
a bodyboard, man. He's afraid.
He doesn't look like he doesn't even look like he bodyboards.
No, he just has the bodyboard.
He looks like
he just has it exactly.
He looks like he floats in water with his big belly. But anyways,
he wears water wings. I guarantee you, he has to wear water wings. You can't swim at all.
He doesn't even know how to swim.
That's my opinion. Allegedly.
Yeah, he's the handsy yoga teacher. That's exactly right on.
A handsy yoga teacher.
Yeah,
like that.
That's a good.
Okay,
that's
so
a yeah.
I like that
Good
a lot. Anyways,
description.
yeah, here we go.
Yeah, so I believe that everything was taken away from us maybe 500 years ago. There might I'm just going to say some weird things. I feel like
of course you're going to say
we might
weird
have
things.
had a more beautiful civilization. Like I'll say something really weird. It looks like
he
the
does
Jesus
from,
that we celebrate
Hollywood.
for modern day Christianity. It looks like that happened more like 1,000 years ago, 1,500 years ago, and then there was 1,000 years of peace. That's what it looks like. As far as like when I say it looks like, it's the history of our ancestors, not modern day history, but if we listen to what our ancestors.
There has been wars from the beginning of time to now.
God, yes.
Where was there peace for 1,000 years? You fucking weird psychopath.
Human
Like, what are you
existed.
talking
There have
about?
been wars and
where was peace?
genocides and the whole 9 yards. Hello.
First there was fights. Then there was skirmishes, because we're talking about village to village, raids, then wars. Because like when it was just you and some other person fighting each other. Okay, fight. Then when we got a bit bigger, we started grouping together more. Then we were like, let's go fuck the other people up. Like when we became bigger and bigger, then it went to wars. But like we've always fought each other. We've never fought each other. We never fought Universe. Who was just holding hat and skipping, going la 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 la. Like no, we weren't smurfing along singing a happy song.
No,
you just make a reference to a 1985 cartoon.
She did. She did.
That shit's still going, dude.
Fuck the Smurfs. I thought they were stupid when I watched them.
Only one female Smurf. Just saying.
Yeah, one female Smurf that got gang banged out of.
Yeah, dude, you don't even want to know the stories that I read about that. We don't even want to go there.
Except for Vanity. Some parts were red and purple.
And what's even scarier is later in the series, there's 3 little children, and they never say who the parents are of them. Yeah, it's
we
fucking
know
scary about
we know
that.
that dad isn't Vanity.
Yeah, well, we know that the mom is obviously.
Smurfette was created by Gargamel for the Smurfs.
Yeah,
You
because
know way too much about
that
the
makes
Smurfs.
sense for nothing for any
And
reason.
I think
Anyways,
he also later, I believe, accidentally created the children Smurfs.
sure, whatever. We'll go with that fucking logic. Anyways,
I'm
let's
sorry.
keep
I
going.
thought they showed up on a special star, the magic star that they wished on.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, that's the excuse
And
that
they got
said to the kids
brought in paper, right?
after.
So this is from Crashes. The Plain Truth uses Smurfs.
He totally does. Yep, totally. All right, so let's blow on a little bit more, and then we have like 10 more minutes, and then we'll get out of here.
Just talk about. That's what it says. And then you just look at the architecture. Like I was mentioning that a minute ago, there's these beautiful cathedrals and roofs that are steeped and just the design of the concrete. It looks like the same people built the same things all around the world. And in Europe, that was built 1,000 years ago. But in the New World,
yeah, except for they use different things and they made it in different ways. And there's different fucking architecture and there's different fucking. Just because your dumbass is so stupid when you're smoking out of your fucking bong every single fucking day and fucking beer chugging doesn't mean you actually looked at these things, because literally everything is made differently with different types.
Yeah. They were all made differently. They were. Different eras have different styles.
Yes.
And they're made out of different types of things, also, even if they look kind of like.
So, the Catholic Church, the Pope would be like, we're building a church here. And he would hire an architect that would design it. Those designs would get sent to the location. It's not like now where we're building something here, so we're hiring an architect here to build it here. There weren't a lot of architects back then, and you would be like, this architect's the dog's bollocks at the moment, we're going to get him to design it. He would design 30 churches in different locations and just send the plans for the builders to build there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not... Like, what? How many... Did he just think that they all got together and were like, brick on brick on brick on brick? Magic! It is a fucking cathedral. That there has to be some intention into the way they build it.
And there's a lot of cathedrals, old world cathedrals, that are made a certain way because the higher they were, the more they were closer to God.
Yep. Well, and not just that, but you have to build things a certain way with arches. You have to you have to build them a certain way to make them stand up with certain architectural structures to make these things do certain abutments. And I love buttresses. I love saying buttresses. Having buttresses is the reason why that we can build
in a cross shape.
Yeah, and other things.
In the
Anyways,
UK, the Catholic ones are built in a shape of a cross.
Anyways, before we show about how he's.
Sorry.
Keep going. No, keep going. Oh, I'm gonna draw him riding this fake horse.
Grounding shit, you know. It's just so dumb because it's not. There were stonemasons involved that did this. There were architects involved, and people that were good at that were traveling. They weren't just, we're gonna get the local people in fucking Wickham to build this cathedral. Oh yeah, I'm sure the people in Canterbury just, Syphilis Simon and Poxmark Philip are going to be great at building that. We're not going to go and get the actual, people that have studied and had apprenticeships and shit on building this. No, the local dregs will do to build it. Like, they do look like they were built by the same person, because sometimes they were, but not for the reason you think. They'd be built by the same person within that small section of history because they moved places and they had the same architect.
And the other thing is, the only way to do certain things is to build them in a certain way. So unfortunately, a lot of things look like they're built in a certain way because the only way to make them go to that high at the current time was to use that technology they had at the time. So some things look like they're made by the same person, even though they're made by multiple people, only because the technology was only so far for them to understand. Like we said, the buttresses, the arches, the other things. So, but again, this douche nozzle is looking at, like, what he's probably looking at is in San Diego and California, they remade architecture to look ancient, and it was not. It was only made 20 years ago, and it's supposed to look like it's made from the 1800s, but it's fucking not. That's another thing, you douche nozzle.
Yes.
Look at when it was made. Look at how it was made. When was the last time it was refurbished? When was the last time it was updated or whatever? How long has it been there? That's a handful. This douche nozzle doesn't understand that concept because he's a fucking rich trust fund baby. I'm guessing that's who this douche nozzle is.
Oh, that was built 100 years ago.
Trust fund baby.
And it does
not been around expensive houses much.
Well, that's the problem with these people is they get access to a lot more stuff, and it does sound like he's scripted as well a little bit.
It does
but what
sound
he's
a little
doing,
bit, yeah.
What he's doing is he's saying everything that he's heard off the interwebs, and
That's
he's
what it
repeating it.
is.
So he
That's
is.
all he's
It is.
doing.
Yeah, it is a scripted thingy-mabobber he is saying to some extent.
He's just really good at the scripting. He's like some of these soft sit gurus. They actually believe what they're saying at the time they're saying it. Doesn't necessarily mean he believes it.
No,
but
no.
he's putting enough conviction in his voice.
Right.
And if you listen to when he's talking, he doesn't actually give like specifics, like we created English 500 years ago. Really? When? How did that happen? He doesn't go into anything to
actual
support his claims.
Yeah.
He just throws out ideas like spaghetti against the wall to see which one sticks.
Yeah, and if we listen to it further, which I don't think we're going to get to, he talks about how he used to be involved in this blah 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 company, and then he started giving massages or something, and then he made a little bit more money doing that, and then he found the flat Earth, and now he's realizing he can make money off of that, and so now he's banking on being a flat earther, massage therapist, or whatever the fuck his dumbass is doing now. I may be like mental healing or something that he does. He calls it some weird thing that I don't remember, which comes later in the video, but we're probably not going to get there. Yeah, no, he is definitely doing this to make money. He's a grifter, so he's an actor. He's acting, and this is a character to some extent that he is putting on for sure. Definitely, for sure.
What about New Zealand? Yeah, 100 years ago. Oh, so all Mexico's Mexico's aqueducts, for example. Mexico has more aqueducts than Rome. Nothing even competed with Rome until Mexico. Well, then who did Mexico? Was it the missionaries or the conquistadors? Who did it?
The people who lived there.
People lived there before.
Remember. Hold on, everybody. It's not aliens, but it's probably aliens. So everybody put aliens.
Not saying it's aliens, but
It's aliens.
It's unjust
It's
racist.
aliens. Yeah. So that's what he's doing.
not
this
those
guy
type of
is
aliens.
not the illegal aliens, the other aliens. I actually found a video. No, perfect. I found a video talking about how illegal aliens would be if they were from outer space, and how the government would take care of them because they're illegal, as a joke, because they're not legal yet. And yeah, dude, it's hilarious. So we're gonna go over that soon. Yeah, and I didn't say it, but you said it. The Jewish aliens, of course. It's the
lasers.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, let's blow on.
Water from one place, moving at 100 or 300 miles away, and you're crossing over rivers and valleys to get there. So it's a huge undertaking.
Cross over rivers.
But that's what you see in Mexico. So I feel like that's
so because other people made other things besides an ancient culture that is white. That couldn't be because you were fucking dumb, you idiot. Yep. And you were wearing all of this native stuff from other cultures. And
cultural
I bet
appropriation,
think,
right there. I was saying that earlier.
Yeah, and I bet you that you think all of these native cultures are non-technological or not advanced, and if they were, for some reason, it would be outside influences and not of their own fruition, or being able to come up with their own ideas of that, or proving it through science.
But also, if we're talking about the Jewish aliens, come on, we can't forget the Jewish ninja penguins, right?
Oh,
And they brought us coffee because Hebrew.
Yeah, exactly. Hebrew.
She brew.
They brew.
We brew.
We brew.
I'm not crazy. Why would you say that? I just want to play or whatever. I don't remember what's his name says.
It's like you're doing Joker, the Joker voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I was trying to do. I just don't remember what to say. Although tomorrow we are going over the douche nozzle shaman. He's now doing a Joker character on his Instagram.
Wait a minute.
Oh
Are
my
you talking
God.
About, who's what shaman?
You know which shaman I'm talking about from
Are you talking about
January
the guy that talks like he's a smooth jazz DJ?
Are you talking about Eric Dubé?
No, the
Are
fucking
you talking about the ginger shaman guy that went QAnon?
The horned shaman that went onto the Capitol and went inside.
that guy.
That quad. Okay.
That guy, yeah.
Bear in mind, Slim, I come from like 3 or 4 different like communities, so
I get
when
you.
you said
I get
shaman.
you.
I was thinking bass shaman. I was like,
I don't remember his fucking name off the top of my head, but tomorrow we're going over him, and he's now.
He wish.
What? Do other people hang out with me? No, I'm actually a hermit.
He hangs out with other people.
Yeah, I just show up. They eventually leave. Then I'm sad, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I hang out with other people. They don't know it, but I do.
Yeah, I mean that's why I know what pepper spray tastes like. But hey,
I watch people from bushes, but that's different. Anyways, we'll keep going.
That's a whole different thing.
Is pepper spray better than mace?
It's Jacob whatever, but it's
we don't have
shaman.
mace in the United States. We don't have mace. We have OC spray and pepper spray,
or you can buy bear spray,
or bear spray, which is more of a higher concentrate of OC spray, which is what
some people use wasp spray as well.
Or you can just get Shanny to squirt, and then that will kill anything in like
that's
a
pretty chunky though.
Radius.
That shit comes out
but
like a cross between clam chowder and guacamole.
Yes, but it does destroy anything within a 20-mile radius. But anyways, let's blow on a little.
It's very
bit more.
Caustic, yeah.
It's very. It's
just
very.
Have her jump. If you have her jump,
dude, just have her. Just have her lift up her boob, and you have a toxic freaking area.
All right. If we're gonna get
got boob cheese right there, boob cheese, honey.
If we're gonna
like in Borat, boob cheese.
If we're gonna get this gross, look, their OnlyFans more than likely sounds like somebody punching overcooked macaroni noodles.
It has to be at least. But the only problem with that though is the rev is so small it wouldn't sound like that. If it was
that's
a normal
hips. That's
penis,
his hips hitting the lips.
Then it may sound like that, but it probably sounds like a dipstick going into that dipping stuff, and then you lick it and it's all sweet and sour or whatever. Never mind. Let's keep blowing on.
We've derailed this train long enough. Let's get back on the track.
Let's get back on it. Yeah.
Put it this way. Let me say it like go back to the 1,000-year thing. In the Bible, it was predicted that there was 1,000 years of peace, and then Christ would let Satan back out of his out of the jail or whatever you put him in, and that's what it looks like happened. It looks like there was 1,000 years of peace.
Why would he let him out?
All around the world now. I'm not saying like
when has there ever been peace, you dumb cunt? What are you talking about, you psychopath?
But also, he says like so. Apparently, God can imprison Satan so there will be peace. Then why fuck does that cunt not do that?
But then he can't do it again, and then he's not strong enough to blah blah blah. Yakety smackety. It's all dumb. Okay, so I believe that the Widows is going live in like 4 minutes. A couple minutes, right?
Really?
Am I wrong?
Hold on.
Isn't it usually an hour from now?
Hang on. Yeah, you're wrong because I'm on that stream. So
is it an hour from now,
hon?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's about an hour.
It's
from
usually
now,
5 o'clock my time.
I just wanted to. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't stepping on toes. So, anyways, let's go.
Bro, go right ahead.
Not stepping on hooves.
Anyways, step on my toes.
Yeah, and in a horror. Okay, anyways, let's blow on a little bit further with this Jack Weasel.
Like one culture, one language necessarily, but definitely the same architecture everywhere. The same beliefs too, even though there's different languages. All of our ancestors say the same kinds of things. When I say ancestors, I'm talking about like the Mayans and Inca and Japan, China, Russia, basically anywhere around the world you go to, and they're going to tell you the same basic stories. There was a flood, there was a creation. There was gods coming down, people coming down and helping people.
Hold on. He's wrong. There's a flood and then there was creation.
I have never heard of anywhere else apart from Japan saying that there is a headless monster with an eye for a butthole.
I was going to say that sounded like Shintoism to me.
Same kind of shit everywhere, my ass.
Oh. But yeah,
so
no,
just because
what about the giant foot that comes crashing down through your roof.
This fuckwit. Brain.
Well,
Okay.
no, but also like the thing he's pointing out actually proves that the Bible is plagiarized.
So, anyways, yeah, totally.
Yeah, I quit.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Spoiler.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Let's just keep blowing on because the idiocracy, and then we'll get further into like again. That's why I picked this because like none of the thing he says makes any sense.
Humans and advancing like some demigods maybe or gods, but they taught him language, math, jewelry making, how to work metal, etc. That's what they all say. And then there's also a flood. They all say that, you know. And yet nowadays scientists.
Because there's local floods constantly everywhere, and there's flooding,
Every
and there's earthquakes, and
civilization's
there's
had
volcanoes.
floods.
Yeah, and there's volcanoes, there's earthquakes, and everything throughout all cultures. If you look into their mythology or their history,
where are the frost giants there, surfer dude? Where are the frost giants?
Sure, exactly. The Yetis and the other things.
Yeah.
There's all of the stuffs that it happens everywhere. Just because human experience is all the fucking same. It doesn't matter where you are. If something happens in your local area and you make it into something, or that you believe that it is something, if it is a cryptid or a ghoul, a ghost, or something that is invading your area that is unexplained,
humans,
you will make up a mythology towards it or a story for it, explaining why that is happening, right? Even if you have no idea why it's happening.
That didn't happen. But it's only been in the last 100 years that they're even teaching people that the world is a globe. It was a hypothesis, a theory 500 years ago.
Because we couldn't get up to take a picture, you fuckwit.
Yeah, but he said 100. No, it's been 2,000 years, bro. But yeah, let's just go with 100 for no reason.
Magellan sailed around the world on purpose.
Yeah, I know. This is ridiculous.
But even 100 years ago, nobody thought the world was a globe, and we're not spinning.
Yeah, they did, dumbass.
We're told that. It's been around for 500 years, and everybody knows that.
All of the fucking people that were on the ocean.
Yeah.
Everybody on the ocean had to fucking know that, and that was like a gazillion years ago. So what are you talking about, you psychopath fucking weirdo?
In Great Britain,
you don't know. Go ahead.
In Great Britain, in 1587, if some retard like this, pardon my French, was telling you that the world was flat, they would have crucified him. They would have drawn and quartered him and put his head on a stick. No, you fuckwit. They thought the earth was round for a very,
he
very
would have certainly
fucking long
ended
time.
up in
Especially.
Yeah, he would have ended up in Bedlam.
Yeah.
Especially if you went
somewhere. He wouldn't be everyone would think he was crazy.
They would just kick his arse.
But not in a good
they
way.
would just kick his arse in the street.
He'd be stoned, but not in a good way. I mean, not.
Anyways, if you went into a bunch of sailors, a bunch of seamen that lived their life on the ocean, giggity, exactly, and you told them this, you would not live to see tomorrow. They literally would just kick your fucking ass until you were a pummeled piece of meat, and they'd probably sell you to the butcher the next morning, and somebody would buy you and eat you the next day.
This pause right here is exactly how his brain is.
Exactly.
A flat Earth, really? Well, then why does the military, and even during World War II, I don't know if they have to nowadays. There's no such thing as like if you have a globe, and I want to go from one place to another on the globe. Why would I use flat plane trigonometry to get there? Unless we're on a flat plane.
Because you're dead
on a globe, navigation doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
On a flat plane of existence, everything makes sense.
I know what he's
mysteries,
doing.
all the things that were.
But he's using that in the wrong.
Because we
term.
fly in planes, we don't. We assume the Earth is flat and stationless because that's what when you're flying, you don't have to. You don't have to work with the globe because you're flying level with air pressure and stuff. You don't have to account for the globe, for the curve.
But then he presumptions it with saying boats, right?
Right.
So we're assuming he's talking about boats, but now he's actually talking about just
flying.
Yeah, exactly. Now we're talking about flying. So now you just switched.
I wish I could.
You just switched.
I wish
right?
I could
and
bring
then
up
now,
maps right now to bring up maps right now just to show him how fucking retarded his statement is. Because when they actually do navigation through waters, if you put the flat Earth, if you wanted to do a global map for you to work with, like scaled down or whatever, it actually almost looks like a W or a zigzag because they actually had to split the globe up to put it flat for you. So your straight line to England wouldn't look straight.
it's
It would
not
actually be swerved.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other funny thing that they always say is, look, there's a straight line. No, homie, it's not. If you actually did the right calculations, you would see that it would be on this weird curve, and it would seem to be nonsensical on a flat plane, of course, until you fucking put it into a fucking ball or a oblique spheroid or whatever the fuck it's called. And then it is the right fucking
There's a reason. There's a reason why we use a sextant, and there's also a reason why you have to know where true north and magnetic north are if you're going to actually navigate without GPS, because the Earth is not flat; it's round.
And then before we get further, that's why you use sextant, lube, and a condom. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, let's keep blowing up.
What's up with that? It all makes sense on a flat plane. The moon, I like to do the moon because even modern day scientists have no understanding. Like the moon does not fit in with anything else that they've talked about. You know, they're these planets this and the sun's this and Earth's this and blah blah blah. Huh. It's weird. The moon has these weird things about it. I mean, there's like literally like 100 things about the moon that literally don't.
Citation needed, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Receipts.
We know everything about the moon, and it does exactly what we predict it to do. It doesn't do crazy things. What are you talking about, you psychopath?
They were able to calculate before we landed on the moon. They were able to calculate what the gravitational pull on the moon was because of its mass. I think we know a little bit about it.
No. They knew that in advance because they had to know that to simulate it.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, exactly.
Go sit in the corner, Blaine. Let's go sit in the corner.
Okay, so anyways, hold on.
Is the moon flat as well?
Well, and then here's some more things about the moon. From our perspective, some of the things that we notice about the moon is that there are craters on the moon. Like when the moon, let's say it's full. Okay, we're looking at the moon, it's full. Middle of the night, we're looking up. All the craters on the moon are perfect circles. So there's not asteroids hitting it at an angle. You know, it looks more like lightning bolts, maybe. And we see the same thing on our Earth, on our flat plane. That anytime we see craters,
they're not made by lightning bolts on the Earth. You dumb cunt. We do not have craters from lightning bolts. You dumb cunt.
Without getting too much.
No, the Earth was made out of the Grand Canyon, and it was put up there by giants to mock the sun. But the craters are the bubbles from the helium.
Anyways,
I think it was the helium, right?
Real fast, just to get into just basic fucking physics. Okay, so the center of the Earth and the center of the moon both have a gravitational pull. They are actually the pinpoint that are holding those two planetary objects together. The reason why there is no angle or slide off of it, because if it hit it, it meant it was pulled into the gravitational pull, which would pull it directly towards the center of the said planetary object. No. In which case it would look like it hits directly, because it probably is. It's aiming for the center of the planetary object. You fucking
not even just that, but even once you do hit it sideways, from our perspective, it looks a little bit more round than normal.
Yeah, like it might be slightly angled.
You know
why they're all round?
Because your mom.
The force is so high, it explodes.
Yes, it's actually a chunk of the planet exploding.
It's not.
Yeah, when the impact happens, it causes a explosion. Exactly. Yeah. It doesn't just hit it and that's it. There is a chemical. There is a reaction. There is an explosion. There is. If you take two rocks and you slide them against each other, what normally happens? Some kind of something, right? Flying off of different debris. It may spark, it may not. It matters on what's the in-betweens. But again, if you take two things and push them against each other or throw them into each other, what normally happens? A divot in one of them or something kind of happens, which will make something more of maybe a circular thing because of the interactions that's happening with that, right? You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time it does make a semicircle, and especially if you're looking at it from a gazillion miles away, it's going to look more circular than not if it is somewhat, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, let's blow on with a little bit more of the moon craters, and then I don't think I can take very much more of this.
You're told, oh yeah, an asteroid hit that. Oh really? Why are they predominantly all over Death Valley, for example? In California, we have asteroid impact zones everywhere. Nevada, Utah, like places that we are now deserts.
So the ones that happen on the moon are huge thingies. The ones that happen in Death Valley are small.
Look in Russia.
And they were not made by asteroids; they're made by meteorites.
Yeah, and that's the big difference. Exactly. And Vila is showing us the version of what happens when it falls onto the Earth eventually. Very, very small,
And
tiny little
bounces back.
munchkin things. Because of what?
This is one
Our
from Death
atmosphere.
Valley.
Yeah, our atmosphere is the reason why that happens. The moon has no atmosphere, so
This is
it will
it.
be
Look.
hit by exactly. Yeah, it's that big,
That's my
which
son.
is nil. Right.
This is
So
one from
there's-
Death Valley.
Yeah.
My
So no
ex-boyfriend got it for me
atmosphere.
when he was in America visiting the area.
Yeah. So there's a
It's
difference
not going
between
to
the
do
moons.
that fucking much.
No, it's gonna land and make a little itty bitty divot. And most of the time, we don't even find them when they land, or even when they hit houses or people and other things. They're still very, very hard to find as well after they actually make contact with stuff. They
And
still have
generally
to go in.
They explode before they even hit the ground, but they
Most
still
of
cause
the time
major
they
damage.
do explode
Mhm.
and or they disappear before they even get close because of what again? Our atmosphere. The moon has a nil atmosphere.
Pretty much
So
doesn't it? Yeah.
when a huge thingamabobbers hit it, then they're going to get hit by huge things, and there's nothing slowing it down or stopping it or burning it away before it gets here. So again, you are a dumbass and you don't know how astronomy works. Is that the right word? How space works. Let's just put it that way. I think it is astronomy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and so you don't know how space
astronomy
works.
is space, astrology is woo.
Yeah, that's why I thank you. So I was saying it right. The study of space. You don't know how that actually works, and some of us do, because when I was a young tunnies, I wanted to be an astronaut. But then I got asthma, then my back, and a handful of other things. And even though I could have tested maybe I lost a little interest, and I went to more just like learning digital and computers and the interwebs a little bit more, and Ethernet and stuff instead of astronaut stuff. I saw that there was a better career, an easier career in working with internet than it was trying to get into NASA.
And Slim, today it wasn't Skid, but Jasper gifted a membership, and it went to.
Thank you, Jasper.
Charles Arnold got a membership.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jasper.
I had to look this up.
Thank you, Jasper.
Okay, it took me a minute. 1908, Tungsta. And I know Tungska. I'm mispronouncing it wrong because it's in Russia.
Yes.
There is a ginormous fucking crater in Russia from where a meteor hit. And in 2013, Russia was again hit by a meteor that caused extensive damage, creating a round fucking crater. You fucking
And the tungsten one, the trees got laid out flat on the ground.
Yep.
From the
if you look at the fucking crater that was made in Nevada or whatever, that's like the hugest. Thank you. In Arizona, the largest like crater or whatever, and like I've been there multiple times. I've fucking looked down in like a quarter of a mile down it or whatever the fuck. That is when like something this big hit the planet. That's it. and it made a huge round crater, even though it did not fly straight into it. They didn't find it at the bottom. They found it at the side wall.
But it still made a circular crater. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it made us, again, you idiots, just because something hits something not straight on doesn't mean it won't make that. And again, we have proof of it.
Crater underneath the water in the Yucatan Peninsula.
And all the other ones too. There's like 5 or 10 other ones.
More than that. But the one in Yucatan's is when they speculated that
they're all
the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. Yeah.
For some reason, even if they don't hit us directly on, they all seem to be circular for some reason. That's the way that explosions happen, you dumb coons.
Some on the moon are where you can see them oblong, but
totally,
they're mainly circular.
But once again, if you throw dynamite into make a hole from dynamite, yeah, exactly, Vila. But if you make a hole with dynamite and you explode the dynamite in that hole, it makes a round hole no matter how it went into that hole, right? That's how these things work. They explode themselves. Yeah, the blast radius happens exactly. Yeah, when it hits cold
the
sand.
Atmosphere on these as well.
Yes.
It's like bullet. The impact is going to do the same. It's going to go like that, cause the radiance.
Yeah, exactly, similarly. Explode around it and then make an impact around it.
Deep. It could be a fucking star shape. It could appear down in the shape of a motherfucking giraffe.
Well, and what they're claiming
360.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and what they're claiming is if it comes in from an angle, it's going to give us an angular tear. But that's not how it happens when it explodes. Once it hits the thing it comes in contact with, and that's why it makes a round hole.
Maybe depth-wise, where it's like deep in one part and deep in the other, but it will still be circular.
Sure. Well, that's what happened in Arizona. It made a like 1/4 mile down crater, and when they went to go look for it, everybody was digging at the bottom. And then somebody said, well, what if it went to the side and exploded when it got in? So they actually started looking at different sidewalls, and they found the meteor in the sidewall, because what happened is it came in, hit, exploded, and still went further. And it made a round crater, even if it hit from an angle. Again, you all don't know. I'm talking to the flat earthers. You don't know physics and what happens when things do as things. Just because your tiny, smooth brain thinks, oh, these things have to be straight down, or like what they say about the rays through clouds. Look, it's got to be a local sun because the sun rays are going through a cloud in a certain angle. No, it's because the fucking clouds are opening in a certain way to make
perspective
itself
from your vantage point.
Where exactly. That's only what's going on. It's not because they are local rays, and that's the same thing with the meteors. It's not because it is falling only straight down. It's because when it comes in contact with what I'm gonna call cold Earth, because it is a gazillion degrees, right? Earth is 90 degrees. That's cold comparatively, right?
Well, yeah, it's coming in from all that friction, and heated up.
Yeah, and then when it hits and through that, and then it hits the ground, it's going to explode because it's going to come in contact with a lot colder of a surface, and or because it comes in contact with the surface, it's also going to make this round thing, just like when you set off a grenade, a bomb, or any other explosive. It will make a round circle in the area of contact. The death zone, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Hey,
anyways, let's blow on a little bit further.
Before you go further, I'm just going to say it's great being on here. I do have to get off here so I can eat some food before I start.
Oh yeah, before you go to Widows.
Yeah. We're.
I'll be listening.
Yeah,
so just
okay.
Definitely.
We'll make sure we talk about you behind your back.
Right on.
Totally.
Talk to you guys in a bit. Bye.
Yeah, definitely later. So let's get to North Pole, and we'll just do a couple of minutes of North Pole.
What happened? Somebody would say, "Hey, look at this."
Yeah. Well, that's a great question or a great point. So check this out. I believe that the Earth is flat. Like I said, the center of our plane of existence is the North Pole. Okay, literally. That's why all of the compasses point north. Doesn't matter how far south you go, all compasses point north. In other words, we don't have a South Pole. There's nothing magnetic down in the south. Antarctica, okay, ever, nothing.
Okay,
all
whatever.
Except for the bottom.
Because we have a lodestone. Our
way,
ancestors say there's a giant tree or a giant mountain. All these different words, different cultures say different things, but it's always a magnetic point up there. And the North Star is the one star in the sky that doesn't move. Well, it turns out it's directly
it's
above
not
our
actually
North
Pole. No, it's not.
No, it's
like
not
giant,
exactly
what's it called, terrarium
north,
or
yeah.
whatever, and it's just spinning. So if you go to the North Pole and you do slow motion photography, all the stars are spinning in circles. Literally perfect circles.
And it will be another star in 3,000 years or 2,000 years or something else. And it's been another one 2,000 years ago or some other bullshit. Just because
It's supposed to be another one in so many thousands of years.
Yeah, exactly. Just because your punk ass doesn't understand time doesn't mean
It's called precession.
Yeah, and perspective as well, because that's what we're going to see through in the sky.
Well, because we're all moving. The stars that we see are in the same Milky Way, arm of the Milky Way that we are.
With us. Yeah, but
so we're all moving in relation to one another.
Yeah, and that's why all of the astrology, whatever constellations have all moved as well. They used to look a lot more like they were the thingamabobbers, and they've all kind of moved a little bit, and so now they're not.
Like the dates have changed of them from what they were a couple hundred years ago, and technically there is a new constellation within it all. So there's not just
right.
12.
There's now 13.
There's not
and
just
Bernard's
12
star is one that has
of,
moved,
like astrology there.
Yeah.
That is moved
within
a human lifetime.
Changed. So many of them, like the actual constellations have changed.
Yeah, he's drank too much beer and now he's a lot fatter, so the belt's a lot larger.
He drinks craft beer, by the way. He drinks craft beer.
Yeah, but his belt has gotten a lot bigger over the years. Anyways,
his belt's got a lot bigger and his dick's got a lot shorter. Because if you look just below his belt, there are two random little stars that make it look like he's got a penis. I swear there used to be 3 when I was younger.
I would believe that. Anyways,
circles around you.
So we're rotating around the Earth, the sun.
I'm proposing to you that the sun and the moon are moving around us, just like it looks like. They are the same size, not 400 miles further, bigger, and 400 times further apart. It's very much the same. Sun and astrologically speaking, I think the moon has just as much of an impact as the sun on us. One is our conscious side, one's our unconscious side. One's gold, one's silver, one's hot, one's cold. Let me say this point on that also. If you put food out in the sun, it gets dehydrated. If I put food out in the full moonlight, it gets putrefied. It putrefies really fast. So it rots. It's exactly opposite.
No.
What citation needed? That doesn't happen. No, that does not happen.
All of our ancestors said the sun is masculine, the moon's feminine. I mean, we just go on and on and on. And it makes sense. Like if you see the world like that, everything starts clicking. Like all these.
What he's actually saying there is men are good, women are bad.
I know that's exactly the fucking. Yeah, no, that's sexism. It's sexism through astrology. It's exactly what they do. These yoga teachers they do this. That's exactly part of their indoctrination or what they say. The man is in charge.
Not just that, in the sun dehydrates food because it gets all the moisture out.
The moisture
I don't know why
he
said it putrefies fast if you leave it out at night.
Because they believe the moonlight is cold and thus it putrefies stuff, decays it.
Yeah, decays it.
It's like the opposite of
because in night
my point was
go ahead, Vila.
So we know it dehydrates, it gets rid of the water. However, at night there is more moisture, there are the bugs, there are all this shit. Has nothing to do with the temperature per se.
Of course not, of course.
It's literally just it putrefies because at night the bugs are going to lay fly eggs in it and all this other shit.
Right.
It may rain, a bunch of other stuff. There's
In fact, it would go
fog.
off
There
in the
is
sun, not at
yeah.
night.
It's redonkulousness what this guy's talking about.
Yeah.
And look at how he looks like a zombie right now. Like you
They're
are
just
the fucking
he's just into
zombie, you weirdo.
opposites with everything.
And what
you know?
I was thinking is like, look how nicely you can see his throat. Oh, never mind. YouTube would demonetize you if I keep talking.
No, but look how wrinkly his throat is, though.
Oh no!
But no, he looks like a fucking zombie.
It looks like you
he's
could do something. Never
he's
mind.
trying to be young, but he's not.
Necklaces are a perfect target.
Sure. Anyways,
yeah, it's right over his heart, isn't it?
Weird questions that we have from our perspective, from our society, are all basically they're all science questions. They're like, well, if we this and that, then and then you come up with all these weird questions. But if you just see the Earth as simple, that's how I see it. It's just very simple. Basically, what it boils down to is the sun is not the center of our galaxy. We are. The sun, the moon, all the planets are revolving around.
We have a solar system, not a galaxy that we live in right now. The galaxy is the Milky Way galaxy, which is comprised of millions and trillions of billions of more galaxies.
And I still don't know why he feels like he has to be the center of the universe.
It's that I have to be significant. Yeah. We have a creator thus I am significant and special. Yep. And if we don't have our own world, then we're not significant and special. We still are to each other.
Someone's mommy and daddy told him he was an accident.
That's what. Well, the thing is he has lived his whole entire life of everybody telling him is special, that he is something, and he never became anything.
Yeah.
So now he has to have this knowledge to make him feel special because he is a complete loser. That's the problem.
See, I pose that his mum and dad told him he was an accident all his life, and he now has to feel that he has this innate secret knowledge that no one else knows, and that he's that special in the center of the universe, just to make him feel that he isn't an accident.
No, he has never been told no his whole life. He's been getting participation awards his whole life. That's why
this guy's a character and an actor, and this is all he's doing all this. What he's doing comes from somewhere. When you act, you bring it in from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
You just don't act, and somewhere down the line, he
feels like he's not achieved what he's supposed to being a white man.
I'm saying if he is, he's doing all this for an act. Even actors draw on what happened to them in real life to get out for their acting skills and stuff.
Yeah.
So
there's definitely him faking a bunch of this bullshit because he feels like he needed to be somebody when he isn't nobody because he never tried hard in life at all. Okay, so I think that's where we're gonna just end it here because I am totally done with this for sure.
Try thinking. I do believe these people exist, but this guy is probably exaggerating. Yes, he does have a script, and like I say, Austin Whitsitt has a script as well because I've seen him get pulled off script, and he does not know what to do. He starts doing other things. It's
Well,
people get pulled off their
lot
script.
Of the big ones,
But I looked at some of the comments from this video, and people were saying, "I like how the guy that does the channel that does these interviews lets the people talk." Yeah, he's not just asking questions, interrupting. He just lets them go and do their thing.
Yeah, and that's what I like about them so far as well that I've seen. So thank you all very much.
Thank you,
tomorrow
Slim.
is Drunken News, and we have a handful of craziness to go over. Vila, do you have anything to share?
Yeah, I will be doing my ghost stories tomorrow.
Okay.
My friend is back at another house for a few days, so I should be able to do it. So yay!
Nice.
I've missed not doing it.
Awesome.
So no, I've missed doing it, not doing it.
Yeah.
I get. We know. So, anyways, Mama, do you have anything you want to share with us?
Nothing going on. I'm working on a video right now. It's gonna take a couple days to do. But I'm currently working on getting my Karen videos up. So when I restart them in October, I'm not so behind on having to look everything up. So I just got to look through them, script them, record them, and throw them out.
Sweet.
So I've been working on getting some videos for that.
Awesome. So if we can get Cookie McSweet Tits to 100, then she will come out of retirement and she will begin doing stuff on her own channel. And then I'm going to start a channel for Hick as well, and we will begin doing stuff there to some extent. So I'm expanding the brand, I guess is the way
I like
to put
the idea
it.
of like doing little shorts and things because it's perfect for that'd be perfect for
Especially
those characters.
cookies.
Yeah,
yeah. Cookies shorts, you know what I'm saying? So we'll be coming up with that soon.
Short cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
Daisy Dukes.
Exactly. So thank you. Hey, Reader of Pain. And I saw you earlier and I forgot to say hello. So thank you for being here. Thank you everybody else for being here.
Yes,
and
thank
we'll
you guys
see
for being here.
tomorrow at 3:30ish, the Mountain Times after the Vila does her stuff. And again, if we get Cookie to 100 and we get to me to 666, we do the Satanic Panic. Cookie 100, she will start doing stuff. And as soon as I make Hick's channel, then we will start working on building that as well. I hope that Cookie does way better than my punk ass. If we can get Cookie to like 1,000, that would be amazing. And just I would like to do stuff through her, but we'll see. So thank you all very much. We'll see you next time.
Thank you,
Everybody say
everybody.
bye.
Bye.